Welcome everybody to Tuesday Night D&D here on the Prated Rejects channel. Um, I'll go ahead and let the players introduce themselves and we'll get started.
My name is Alex. I play Zagus, the Oath of the Open Sea Paladin, who doesn't want to be here anymore.
Hello, I am Mallory. I play Evelyn, the Glossia Tiefling Sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Wes. I play Daniel, the Warlock Asimar, who apparently made some bad decisions in his life by meeting Sam.
Hi, I'm Kenzie. I play Sister Leonella, the Death Domain Cleric, and let's just say we rock with mayonnaise over here.
And fuck Miracle Whip.
Respectfully.
If you can.
Last but not least, I'm Rogue. I play Azabar, the Life Domain Cleric. I also hate Miracle Whip. Go mayonnaise!
I didn't realize that's how we had to start it.
Now I want to get a shirt that says Team Mayo.
I'm Sammy, I'm the DM, and I have some hot takes on food, so if you ever want to have a good conversation, hit me up in the Discord. We can have some good conversations.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sammy. I think you mispronounced wrong.
Hot takes on food. Anyways, we are in our campaign finale stream for the Dragon of Icespire Peak group. So this will be our last live streamed session on this campaign, with a look at going into recorded and uploaded games for our next book that we will be running. With that being said, last we left off, the party began last week in the large battle for Leyland to hopefully not fall to the Cult of Talos, as well as the undead necromancer Mirkul. Through some strenuous acts of devotion and being able to withstand larger numbers than their own, the party was successful in defending the town, with Danielle landing a killing backhand bitch slap on the ancient green dragon, crushing the orphanage and a few other small townhouses in the process.
Fuck me.
Looks at his hand for 4 hours.
Yeah, yep. It was a work of miracles right there. And
Not Miracle Whip.
and with the party kind of calming down after battle and learning that the peculiarity shop was never really there, it was the ruins with a weird painting of Aubrey in it, and a few other small intricacies of Evelyn's younger sister Ivy being found dead after battle but brought back by Azabar, and a almost fight between Azabar and sister over some dead orphans and potatoes. The party picks back up with the following day. The town has started doing rebuilding once again on the destroyed houses. Luckily, not everything was destroyed in this battle, and repairs on the walls are being done. You guys were asked to chase down Ebendeth, the ethereal-based dragon form that had taken over Old Gnawbone, and we're told that the lair for Ebendeth laid somewhere in the Mere of Dead Men, and that is where we pick up.
Sorry, Gnawbone just sounds like a really inappropriate name.
It's an old Gnawbone, too.
Oh,
It's even worse.
seriously.
So we should go. Yeah? We should go.
Yes, we should.
Let's go get the Gnawbone. No?
You
I
know,
shouldn't say it like that.
Phrasing.
I haven't had my bone gnawed on for a while. Let's just go. Let's just
Start
go.
walking.
I don't get it.
You'll get it when you're older.
I am
What are you guys
older.
talking about?
You'll
Oh,
never
no.
get it.
Oh no.
Okay.
We're just going to Gnawbone.
You need to
No,
stop saying
no,
that.
No, thank you. You're a little too young for me. Just waddles off quicker.
I don't
Alright.
get it.
I don't either.
Somebody
That's-
explain it.
Your
I don't
fiance.
know.
Worst part is that she's gonna ask him.
Keep your secrets.
I'll catch up to Zagus and go, that's the point.
Keep your secrets.
You're going to a dragon lair. Do I use the spell slot?
Nice.
We'll
I'll
go with
wait.
this dragon.
Okay. It's still a dragon lair.
I don't think it matters how many spell slots we have. I think we just die.
Have a little more faith in us. Good lord, man.
3 of us went down in that breath weapon.
I didn't.
I didn't.
We're good.
It's fine.
To a certain dragons who has a diabolical name.
Just say it. Yeah.
Sister, don't say it, please. I don't want to ever hear that. Please.
You're too young to say words like that.
I'm almost 20.
Exactly.
You're the youngest in the group, most likely.
Not if Ivy is coming with us.
You're bringing your sister to an ancient
No,
dragon?
no,
Okay.
definitely not.
I mean, she's already died once. Might as well.
No.
At this
no.
point, you think she's safer here?
Yeah.
They can't even protect themselves.
I mean, she is safer here because this is going to be there.
I would like to point out that I no longer have anything to resurrect anyone. That was it.
Nice. Okay. Well, Ivy's gonna stay here.
So I'm gonna
Am I?
bend down to down to
Yes.
Ivy. I'm gonna get really close to her and be like, you should say goodbye to your sister now because you're never gonna see her again.
I'm gonna backhand you?
Does Danielle have any? Does Danielle have any like facial hair?
I think so, yeah. I think you would.
She like kind of reaches up, almost like whispering to your ear, kind of grabs your facial hair and pulls you down.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna watch my sister and make sure she comes back. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I'm gonna watch your sister die, and I'll make sure to bring her body with me when we come back. If we survive.
I literally backhanded you.
But it's
Does
okay,
anyone-
that's life of adventure.
Does anyone have ink and a quill?
Your tattoos count?
No.
Oh, wrong ink?
Yeah.
I'm glad we both thought of the same thing.
Something to write with.
No, I do not.
What's writing?
Huh?
That's not in character.
Okay.
It was like-
No.
Sister was ready.
Azamar just sort of pinches the bridge of their nose and shakes their head. He burns an incense real quick and writes their name on a blanket and passes it over to their sister and goes, hurry up. Come on, everybody write their name.
What is this for?
Your sister.
Oh,
Write your name.
I'm to remember you by after you're dead.
all right. then.
Danielle, shut up.
Am I smart? I think I'm smart enough to know how to write my name. Yeah, we're
You
good.
don't know how to
I
use
hope
a
so.
fucking shovel.
You can read them
Okay.
like common.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and I'll write my name.
Now,
And then-
Zagus.
I write it in a language that nobody here can understand.
Now,
You
sister.
Well, actually, that's a part might be able to read it.
I'll write it in Draconic.
What is it?
Primordial.
But indeed, I cannot. And now, Danielle.
I will write it normally so everyone can read it, but then I'll put RIP underneath it.
I'll put
And then
Team Mayo in
I
asterisks.
will hand the very heavily, obviously loved and slightly stained blanket back to Ivy.
Gross.
Is it the blanket that went to hell?
Yes.
Where are they
Smells
going?
like pee.
What happens when you
Honestly,
die?
Abby, you say thank you.
Thank you.
I know
I'm
it's
just
a
as
little.
confused.
I know it's a little messy and it might be a little stinky, but it's been through us for our entire adventure. It's gone to hell with me.
Been through you?
No, not through me. It's been with us. It's been through a lot. So you keep that with you, and when we come back, you give that back to us, okay?
Coming back.
So it's not a gift.
It is a gift.
It's a comfort.
It's a comfort.
A temporary
comforter.
gift.
Because if in case we don't come back, you do have something to remember us all by. Okay?
Even though you just met most of us.
I really don't care about any of you but Evelyn.
Fair.
Ivy.
Tough to argue that, really.
Fair
Thank you,
enough.
Asabar. Thank you. We were
She's a-
very, very sheltered.
She's a child. I get it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I don't
look
think
at Ivy.
being
I'm gonna go.
sheltered has anything to do with this. I think she just makes sense.
I'm gonna look at Ivy. I'm gonna go. It's okay. I don't really like any of these people either.
That's the way to go through life.
Right? She's
Our
smart.
dad didn't like us.
Smart man.
What? Well,
Yikes. You have a lot of trauma,
my
don't you,
God.
Evelyn?
huh?
You have a lot of trauma, don't you?
A little bit, but everybody does. So. Everybody.
Mom hated us.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mom
That
and dad
was-
trauma. Oh my god.
She's still alive though, so
Oh,
maybe one day we'll be better, Ivy.
I mean,
Maybe
if-
one day we'll go back with all of our money
I'm gonna
and
offer
like
it.
show it off. No, don't offer her money.
No, I
just
was
like-
gonna offer. I was gonna offer her a hand to shake. Ivy.
I mean,
Is it gonna
Evelyn,
be
if you-
clammy like the last time?
No. Might be dry
Yes.
this time. I'm not the wet kind of turtle. I'm the dry kind of turtle.
you know, Evelyn, if you want, if we survive this dragon fight, we can go help you take care of your mother.
I mean,
Hmm.
I don't really plan to ever see her again. If
Okay,
I
you-
do,
You can just tell us where she is, and we don't have to see her ever,
Yeah.
ever again.
I'll go. I'll make sure you don't see her again.
mm,
Sister
mean-
reaches into her bag and pulls out a great axe she's been carrying since the beginning of the campaign. And she
What?
gives it to Ivy.
Oh, how?
She can't even like lift it up off the floor.
Okay, that's
Oh,
alright.
no problem. Okay, wait, I got it. She
What?
reaches back into her bag and pulls out a mace that she hasn't used since the beginning of the campaign. This should be lighter.
I don't use these.
Just take it. Say thank you. Say thank you.
Sometimes hitting things.
Feels
With-
good.
Yeah.
I hit things.
Hit inanimate objects.
People too.
I
Things
hit
that are
people
not.
too.
Nope. Hit things that are not alive.
I hit people too. Sister
but
just kind of unsheaths her whip.
I hit the bad guys coming over the wall.
Okay, it's different if they're attacking you,
Many
or
rules, just hit everybody until they're not alive.
you guys are the
And then you can-
worst. Just go. Just I'm shooing you guys away now.
Well, I have a proper thing. I give Evelyn's little sister a weird green substance, and I say spray it if anybody's being hostile toward you. Only in that situation. I just
Is it what,
gave your
mace?
little sister
What if
pepper spray.
everyone's being hostile?
Give her pepper spray.
Pretty
It's
much.
definitely not pepper spray.
As
Similar.
close to pepper spray as you're gonna get.
He like takes the vial and looks at it. Puts
Only
it in
use
her
it
belt.
as- Be careful with it though, because you could hit yourself with it too. But
It's pretty nasty stuff.
I have range, like summons mage hand. I can use this to deliver it.
good
See,
idea.
I can make it dance.
Firebolt? You know Firebolt. I think I've seen you use it. I have a good idea. And Sister would sell ball bearings in an oil and flask. And it's like, if you ever want to prank anyone, lay down these ball bearings, pour oil on it, and as they flip, shoot a firebolt at them.
I have lost absolute control of this situation.
That's adorable. You thought you ever had control of the situation.
I'm just gonna start walking.
I use it more, but I don't know Firebolt.
So are we going to the Dragon's Lair?
Oh.
Yes, we are. Goodbye.
So why
Goodbye,
are we
guys.
going there when I have a stone to just communicate with it?
So, no, are you guys going to Old Gnawbone's lair, or are you guys going to the Ebondeath mausoleum?
The Ebon Death. I thought
Ebon Death,
everybody's
yeah.
saying
Oh,
Gnawbone.
Ebon Death. Yeah, sorry, Ebon Death.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say goodbye to Ivy and tell her to stay safe, and that I will talk to her once a day.
Till she's dead.
I should probably go find that stone.
Okay.
I was showing the kids at the orphanage how to use it when everything went black.
Okay. Yeah, probably try to find that.
I mean, I could locate it, but that would be terrible.
You guys
It's okay,
sound
it gives
busy.
her something to do. It gives her something to do.
You're right, we are busy. Let's go.
I'm always busy.
I'll just give her a
I'm
big hug, and
I'm
then
never busy.
we'll go.
That's not true. Nobody can interrupt you with bacon time or butter time.
You can't interrupt me. Doesn't mean I'm busy. It just means I'm
He's sleeping.
Yeah, don't bother me when I'm sleeping.
I've done that. Reaped through repercussions. Not fun.
On the way.
Oh, on the way.
On the way. On the way. On the way. On the way.
Why is it my brain immediately goes to Shrek?
I don't know. I don't think that song is even in Shrek.
Because we're
No,
entering
it's
the swamp.
not.
No, the one I was thinking of was I'm on my way from misery to happiness today.
Oh, gotcha.
And that's all we can legally sing.
Yeah, you got like one more second. As you guys make your way down the very familiar at this point path south of Leyland towards the Mirror of Dead Men for your 4th or 5th time going into the swamps, who is going to be leading the party to attempt to find this mausoleum?
I only have +2 for survival.
I guess me.
Also,
Who's assisting?
Sounds like
Okay.
Zach
Wait,
is gonna
it's
assist.
survival. I have a +7 in survival.
Oh,
So do I.
Well, I'll assist.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll survival with advantage. A 25. Nice. You begin traversing through the Mirror of Dead Men. Having been here before, you know what to look out for on the ground to avoid the quicksand pits and the pitfalls with the snakes. As you hear kind of sounds going around you, splashing in water, you circle wide around, knowing that crocodiles and other reptilian and amphibious creatures also lay habit here. After about 6 hours, by now the sun is well past midday, going into the afternoon, and is beginning to get closer to setting along the horizon. You guys come across this very large bog. There's an excavated shaft that seems to lead down into the bog. It's covered in mud and water, and there's this very, I guess most of you are used to it, stench of like death and the undead about. Like the very air hangs with necromantic energy. What do you guys want to do?
think this is the place.
Smells like it.
Is there any sign that the dragon has been over here?
You can give me if you're wanting to just look around, a perception check. If you're wanting to like prod around and do like a lap around the area, you can do investigation.
I'll do investigation.
Does anyone still have detect undead?
I don't see anything.
Because I no longer have it.
Mm-mm.
Or detect good and evil or anything like that.
With a
I have
6,
protection.
you kind of poke around. You don't see any signs of tracks, broken tree limbs, or anything of the sort. Everything just looks like a big old bog of a swamp.
I'll go back to the group. Looks pretty clear to me. My accent is gone. It looks pretty clear to me. Well, you said there's like a trench?
Yeah, there's a big, it almost looks like a timber latrine sitting just like right in the middle of a shaft with crude iron rungs hammered into the walls of the pit that head down. You guys can't see the bottom.
I will send some dancing lights down to see how far down it goes.
How far can they go?
120 feet.
At the
They can
end
go
of your
pretty deep.
distance, you no longer can push them. It appears they reached the end.
Shaft is pretty deep.
And it's... Okay, so it's dark the entire 120 feet.
All the way down.
With an
Oh,
11 as a
dear.
bar, you also don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Cool.
Okay. Well,
Time to descend down the shaft.
yeah. Down we go.
Instead of out of
This
the
very-
abyss, we're into the abyss.
I'll keep the dancing lights up though,
Okay.
just for sanity reasons, because I am scared of the dark.
Hey, you all should stay within like 10 feet of me. That would be really good.
Cool.
Travel
Sure.
cube?
Sure.
As
Stay
you
within
guys
10 feet of me, I can guarantee you don't get snatched up by a dragon.
descend down the shaft, the sound of water dripping begins to hit about halfway.
Hate when that
And-
happens.
And as you continue downwards, the mud that was near the top begins to harden out and turn to stone and becomes slick from the wet, dripping water.
Stop. I've
Keep
heard
going.
enough.
That's not
I've
Keep
real.
heard
going.
enough.
Keep going.
No, no, no.
After
I need
about-
to see that.
After about 90 feet, you get to levels of moss growing over the stone. And the
Get to the
water
base.
picks up to a small stream. You guys continue downwards, your dancing lights providing just enough illumination to prevent you from falling on any of the slick surface here. And
Be
as you
careful.
get to 120 feet,
Mm.
you enter out into what appears a entry hall. There's a small 15-foot ladder that comes down into a roughly 10 by 20 room. It appears to be a worked stone hallway with one end of the hall being collapsed and the other terminates into a pair of giant ebony doors. There's a thin layer of mist that swirls over the floor here, and the air is unnaturally cold. As you step onto the flagstones, a voice whispers out. Who is dead, but cannot die? The Lord of Bones, whose embrace is patient, but sure.
Danielle's gonna hear, is this like a puzzle in his head?
I'm gonna say back. I have no fucking clue what's going on right now.
Can you repeat it one more time?
Yeah, I'll drop it in chat, because Roll20 deleted my map I had up.
Boo. Who's dead? That's funny.
Is the moss wet and squishy?
Of course.
Is there like anything around here that looks like it might have the answer? I played Skyrim and sometimes they have the answer around.
You can
It's-
definitely take a gander around.
Are there any NPCs with arrows over their head?
There are no NPCs with arrows over their head.
Frick.
Damn it! I'm out.
Are there any chests to be looted? Would that be perception or investigation?
It depends on what you're trying to do. If you're looking around for a... God dang it. If you're looking around for any kind of like hidden levers or anything, it would be investigation. If you're just looking for like a sign or something that would be completely visible, it would be perception.
Alright, I'll do perception.
I rolled like Dookie.
This is just randomly rolling shit.
Yeah. Maybe this one's good.
Let's
Lore Bones a
try.
person? Well, a god. Or something.
If you want to roll a religion check, you can find that out.
14?
14, you are uncertain. As for a perception check, look around. You don't see anything other than what was described in the room already. The pair of giant ebony doors, the thin layer of mist, and the unnaturally coldness to the room around.
It is unnaturally
right.
cold.
I am
Pardon?
gonna touch myself with guidance and try that again.
And these
So-
are 10-foot squares, just so you guys know.
Okay.
It's just.
Are you kidding me?
Leah?
Fair point. Definitely grabbed the
Hey.
wrong one.
Well, that's an 8 on the investigation.
With an
I'm
8,
very torn on whether
you
sister would remember or
do
not.
not see anything out of the ordinary.
So we had that voice pop into our head, and there's a door in front of us. It's
This
closed?
double door here is closed, yes.
You say Ebon Death.
You say Ebondeth out loud, nothing happens.
You know,
wasn't it?
guys, when I was switching, gods, there was like this one god. I cannot remember his name though. He was just like big evil, like really, really evil. So I wasn't like really sure.
Can I roll religion to see if I know?
Yeah,
Oh.
18. You attempt to recognize a potential god involved with the name the Lord of Bones, and aren't certain.
I don't know.
Can I get something? Anything? Please, D&D. Please.
With a 21, sister, after thinking on it some more and kind of bouncing ideas off your group, you recognize that Lord of Bones is one of the ancient titles given to Miracle, the god of death.
Oh, yay! Okay, guys, you listen.
Mm-hmm.
So that god I was talking about, I finally remember his name. His name was Miracle.
As you say that, the doors pock open just a tad and begin to open as the mist swirls out of the room into the next.
Oh, good
Go
job,
fire.
sister.
I would like to ready my mace.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly don't know why I didn't go with him. I hope I remember soon.
All right. Oh, I lead?
If you want.
If you want to.
Go on.
Otherwise, I can lead.
Go for it.
I'll lead. I'll lead. It's okay.
Let the leader lead.
True.
Oh, Zagus, would you like to lead?
Huh?
They said let the leader lead.
I look back. What do you mean? Leah's been gone for a while.
All right, I will walk through the door.
You walk through the door, and as you enter, you see that this next room appears to be some sort of storeroom that has been converted into a camp. You immediately spot a group of humanoids, both to the north and the south, as well as a few undead tolling about the room. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Shoot.
Oh, so I'm assuming since our last adventure, we've had a long rest.
Yeah, you guys had the long rest.
Okay.
No, you're still at 5 health.
Yeah.
I was at 17 health, actually.
My bad.
Yeah, it is your bad. And now we're...
I
oh, wow, I got a 20 and a 1.
I need to change my dice. This is not going to go well for me.
Yes, change your digital dice.
Shh. You don't know if it'll help or not. Leave me alone.
Hey, whatever floats your goat.
I fucking hate you so much right now.
I love it. It's my favorite.
Oh, that covers up everything. Oh well.
I'll go back to my dice of heroism, see if that helps.
I actually want to write a plugin that goes on like the virtual desktop of a jail that you can actually put the dice into.
That'd be great.
That'd be nice.
No, I was playing with the fuzzy dice from Beyond because they make the least amount of noise.
I disable the noise on the Beyond dice because they're so annoying.
I like the potion bottle ones. They're kind of cool. I hate the sanguine dice because they are disgusting sounding when they roll.
How do you guys see each other's dice?
Beyond.
I'm in Beyond.
You don't see them. It's just when you collect them and you roll them, they make weird noises.
I don't have digital dice.
Do you have a subscription?
They only give them out free occasionally. A lot of the times it's a subscription-based dice.
Hmm.
Hey Mel, you're not missing anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
You really
it's
aren't.
like that.
You're missing a lot.
Oh.
Alex, shut up.
Stop trying to get me to spend my money. God. I swear.
God.
Napoleon.
I
Your
subscribe.
tots,
to
these my
Your
tots.
so books.
Gross.
Gross.
You know, come get your food.
Oh. Holy Jesus. That's a big one.
Hi?
Oh, cute.
I bet he has a 90-foot shaft.
he
At
is
least.
the 90-foot shaft.
I don't want to be on this planet anymore.
We might have to climb that one too.
No, you descended the last one. You could climb it out though. Who's am I missing?
Sometimes going up the shaft is
Danielle.
just as fun as coming
Danielle.
down the
You
shaft.
rolled a 22.
Jeez, some high initiative rolls here,
Well,
guys.
since he didn't click his token, he gets 3.
Gets yeah.
And then there's me with my big fat 9.
It's all right. Some
Usually
rolled
like
under
it.
you.
I mean, you are a cleric.
Alrighty, Evelyn, you are up first.
Uh-huh. So, can I only see, like, these guys right now? Because of the door?
10 or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, you'd only be able to see these guys in the middle. Asbar, pick up or down there on where you want to be.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot these were quadrants.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this guy. The firebolt. Firebolt.
24 hits. Super hits for 10 damage.
And then bonus action, summon my Hound of Ill. 1, 2, 3. And his initiative, I think, is plus 3. Initiative is plus 2. Got it. You rolled a 14.
And what are you sending it on?
Can I see this blue guy, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send him on the blue guy.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Danielle.
I guess I'll stand there. And I will do my little thingy thing. Which, so Evelyn hit red orange.
Correct.
Alright, so then I will pew 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 at red orange.
6 hits. 13 hits.
Crit would have been better though.
And 14 hits.
8, 16, 27.
Just enough as you pew 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 and red orange goes down.
Ah, Felicia. I'm done.
Okay.
So
Zagus?
each big square is 10 feet?
Yeah, quadrants are 5.
Okay.
I'll step here. And I will swing it to red.
Both of those hit.
13.
13 also hits.
Good damn. That would be 53.
Hubba! It's dead. You just come in and slice the slice up out of them.
And that is my turn.
Okay. On the priest turn, they all pop Spirit Guardians.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And that is their turn.
I no longer wish to be in this room.
On the Necromancer's turn, he is going to lift up a sickly, skeletalized finger, and you see this green and black drip, like liquid drip off of it for a second, and as it falls down, it forms into a crystal and shoots into the hallway you guys are in. I need everybody to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Counter spell.
Okay. I'm gonna say you can't see him with him being up here.
Okay, never mind. Fair
Does
enough.
it hit me too?
Yeah, it's a sphere.
Oh, sorry, it's a con save.
A con save.
Oh God, really?
Son of a biscuit.
Sister, you succeed. You will take half damage. Everyone
Okay.
else takes 28 points of necrotic damage. Sister takes 14.
I have 69 hit points.
Nice. This game is just getting better and better.
And that'll be his turn. Go ahead and roll your attack with your Hellhound.
Yes, it's got +5. Oh,
That's
Okay.
a crit.
okay. So then it's 4d6 + 6.
Yes.
Okay. 20.
20.
Ooh, good boy.
Some good damage. At the beginning of your Hellhound's turn, can I get a wisdom save?
Ah, shoot.
For
Okay.
Oh darn.
His wisdom's +1.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Oh,
That fails.
okay.
Goodbye, Hal.
Take 12 points of necrotic damage.
He's fine. We're good.
Oh, good pup.
Sister, you are up.
I don't want to go into that room, but I will. 1, 2.
Please be careful where you go.
Great, I can't go far. Do you need a wisdom save?
Yep. I need 2.
Gotcha. 12, 25.
You would be in range with Zagus's bonus there, so you succeed on both. And you take half of 32, so 16 points of necrotic damage.
Gotcha. Sister will... Are these the priests?
Yes, the ones that are completely covered are priests that all popped Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Get him.
Sister is going to use... bonus action. If Beyond would work. Okay, bonus action. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, bonus action, Spirit Shroud. Are they undead?
The priests do not appear to be undead, but the 4 creatures that are still in the middle of the room are.
Gotcha. Spirit Shroud, I'm gonna swing on this guy.
Okay.
And he's restrained.
That's a crit.
Beautiful.
Okay.
I'm not sure he'll live that.
And then there's also the damage from my radiant. What do you roll for that? Just 2d8?
Whatever the normal damage is, double the damage die.
Okay, so yeah, 2d8. So
10, 16, 20, 30?
30. Maybe 10. 36.
Yeah, 36. That is one dead priest.
He overdid.
It's the minions.
And that's my turn.
Fair enough. Aspar, you're up.
Eee. And I only get to make 1 wisdom save.
You're not in range of any of the spells at the moment.
However, though, I need red, blue, red, green, red, purple to make dexterity saves.
All the undead there.
Yep. Gotta beat a 15.
2 of them do that.
They still take half, I believe. Yep, they do. Let's see if I smudge this one up too. 32 total damage, so whatever half that is for those who've passed.
16. And it's Radiant of Fire. Okay. 32, so that's going to be a failure on red, blue. 16 damage here. Fail and 16 damage. Okay. Anything else?
Everybody still up?
Yeah, everybody's still up. 2 of them
bonus.
don't look very good. Red, blue, and red, purple.
Ooh, oh. I gotta make sure I can actually do this bonus action. Oh, no, I can't. Alright. I'm good where I'm at.
Okay. The undead on their turn are gonna scoot up here. 5,
damage on me and Azabar.
10, 15, 25, 30, since it can't get closer to sister. Disadvantage on you guys, okay? It's going to make 2 claw attacks on Zagus and 2 claw attacks on Azabar, all with disadvantage. On Zagus first, I know a 7 misses. Red-blue comes in for a claw, also misses. Going to Azabar, does a 15 hit?
Nope.
And the last one also misses, as all 4 kind of run up, swinging their arms, trying to get a claw off on you guys. Azabar, your natural armor kind of kicks in and saves you, and Zagus, you're able to parry off with your scimitar and shield the other 2 attacks. That is their turn. Evelyn, you are back up.
Okay. If I move 1, 2, 3, can I see this guy now?
You can.
Great. Can I see everybody, though?
You would not be able to see the one up in the corner here,
Okay, but everybody else.
but
is
everyone
fine.
else
Okay.
you can see.
Great. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot firebolt. Sorry, 1 second. I forgot the twinning thing. I'm gonna make sure. How far away? Oh, it doesn't matter how far away. Okay, I'm gonna shoot this guy with a firebolt real quick. Brah.
On which one? Sorry.
Sorry, the mage.
Oh, the mage. 17. 17 hits.
Great.
Nice.
18, and then I'm going to use 1 sorcery point to use the spell again, and we're going to cast it on the blue guy.
Okay.
20,
20 hits.
Nice.
26 damage.
Blue guy goes down. As he does, your hound disappears as well.
Okay. Sorry, to use... it's not a bonus action to use the sorcery points, is it?
No, I think you cast as a twin spell. No, that's quicken.
It's a quick action?
No,
Nice.
no, I thought quicken.
It fully depends on what you're using your sorcery points for, and it should say on the sheet. Like, what are you wanting to do?
Okay. I was just gonna try to use, like, a bonus action to convert 1 spell slot into 2 sorcery points.
The
Oh, yeah, that's
conversion
gonna
is a
magic.
bonus action.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the twinning me twinning the spell was
Twin
not a
spell's
bonus
a
action.
special action. It
Yeah.
doesn't take up.
Great, cool. I'm gonna use the bonus action then to get 2 sorcery points back.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Nice.
Danielle?
I will move to there.
I need a wisdom save as you get there.
Nah.
Nah.
You succeed, you take half damage, which would be 8 necrotic.
Nah.
So 4 for you.
I refuse to accept your reality. And then I will do my thing on red purple.
An 11 misses. But the other 2 hit.
26.
26 points of damage on red purple. That takes red purple out.
And that'll be
Fortunately.
it.
Fortunately, you do have the power to substitute it with your own.
Mm-hmm.
You should have just backhanded them, honestly.
Zagus.
I'm going to bonus action. And no. I'll swing on red blue.
Mhm.
Red blue is down.
I will swing a yellow red.
Okay, that hits. That hits, and red yellow is down.
I will take an off shot at disadvantage.
Okay. Misses with a 12.
That is my turn.
Alrighty. The priests. You see both priests both priests are going to throw out their hands, and two spiritual weapons come summoning right next to Danielle and Sister. Does a 12 hit you, Sister? Nope. Okay. Does a
Cute.
13 hit you, Danielle?
Why couldn't you have flipped those?
Fair.
Because the 12 doesn't, but the 13 does.
Fair enough. You take 14 points of force damage, and as it hits you, you take an additional 11 radiant for a total of 25.
What kind of spiritual weapons they got?
Seriously.
I want them. That's what I want.
At the end of their
Wow,
turn,
damn.
the necromancer is going to Necromancer is going to, right next to you, Zagus, begin to cast a spell. Evelyn, if you want to counterspell, you can attempt.
Yeah, counterspell.
At what level?
I'll do third.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a charisma check to see if it indeed counterspells. 23, it does. As you are able to counterspell Bigby's hand getting cast.
That was really good. That was really
Yeah,
good. that you counterspelled that.
Oh, that would have been a nuisance. Oh my god.
That's his turn. He can't do anything else. Sister, you're up. I need a wisdom save.
I did something, guys.
That is a failure. You take
It
10
is.
points of necrotic.
Fucking man.
Great. Bonus action. Sister will summon her own spiritual weapon. She's gonna swing on orange. 17.
Hits.
Her 9. And then she's going to use her whip.
Very much hits.
For that's 17. I gotta roll a d8 for 21.
Dealing
so 30
just
points.
enough damage for orange to go down.
Nice. That's her turn.
Azapar.
I'm going to move here. Bonus action, spiritual weapon, a key. Are you kidding me?
A 9 doesn't get it done.
And then I'm gonna get really mad and do me a bonk. And I missed the bonk, I'm assuming, with a 9.
You rolled a 13 with your mace.
Oh, did I?
And
Okay, never
and
mind.
a 13 does hit.
Yay!
Yes, a 9 misses. However,
A 9 would miss, but an 11 points of damage. Nice.
I read the wrong one, if it helps.
Is that it for you?
Yep.
It's going to try to claw you
It will be.
with a 23 to hit.
That hits.
I need a con save.
No.
Yeah, you tell him.
You take 12 points of slashing damage, and as you're kind of swinging down off your bonk, your movement becomes completely stopped as you are now paralyzed.
Gosh darn it. I don't like it. I don't
For
want to play
poopy.
anymore. Need to poopy.
And that is that turn. Evelyn, you are up.
Okay. This guy gonna get the firebolt. Maybe. 17.
17 hits.
Okay. 19 points damage.
Solid.
And then the thingy-mabob of the spending of the point. And I'm gonna hit green with another one.
15 hits.
Baboop.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. No, Weasley. Sorry, my cat is about to jump on my desk. And that's my turn.
And his Spirit Guardians drops.
You suck at concentrating.
It does.
We suck again.
Danielle, you are up.
Red, green.
Damage.
Yeah.
Red green is pulverized.
Do any of those carry over to someone else, or do they?
The
take all
last
three?
one would carry over if you want to use it on someone else.
Yeah, I'll use the last one on green.
Okay. Does the exact amount of health it had as green goes down as well.
Looks at your hands.
These hands were made for killing.
E for everybody.
Zegas, you are up.
Well, I'm gonna swing on the only person left in the room.
Hit.
You're welcome.
True.
Miss. And
20.
hit.
The last
How
one
do you
would
wanna
be
do it?
Oh, never mind. Well. I just coup de grace this guy, like I always do.
Fair enough, fair enough. As you coup de grace the necromancer in the room, combat is over.
It's
You
like a
guys,
skull is its head.
Toll the dead.
fair enough. Told dead the bodies. No, it's got a normal head.
Wait.
It just had a skulled hand.
Can I check the
Aw.
bodies first and then toll the dead them?
You already told the dead them.
Fair.
Bro, was there anything in their supplies?
You can give me an investigation check if you're wanting to look around the.
Could I get some assistance? Anyone?
Oh.
Help? Could I get some help?
After a
Sorry?
minute, your paralysis goes away.
I mean, that was a good shoulder workout for you, though.
Too old for this.
With a
Oh.
22, you go around and whatever belongings they had were on their person.
There could have been lots of good treasure on them. We should make a new rule. Loot the bodies, then take the bodies.
Wow, that was awful.
Can I have a little bit of healing? Just like a little.
You can have that 7. I'll give that to you.
Oh,
You can have that.
thank you.
Have fun.
Is that one for me too? Or is that for you? Oh my god.
You're muted.
You're muted.
That was a potion, my bad.
No, no, you're good. You're good.
I took a decent amount of damage.
Circle of Death can be painful.
I passed
Oh.
that to you.
Alright.
It was scary.
If everyone needs a little extra health.
Sure.
Everybody heals for 10.
I'm happy. Continuing.
Continuing, you
Which
guys see
room?
that there are 3 doors.
3 doors down
No,
or up?
2 up, 1 down.
Sorry, Wes.
But if I'm still crazy, will you still call me Superman?
Yeah, probably.
The Cool Whip conversation and this has sent him over the edge.
Cool Whip.
I can
Oh, Miracle Whip, my bad.
only handle so much pain in my life.
He's really having a hard time today.
So, which direction would you friendly folks like to go?
Do you each kind of want to just grab a door and see?
That's not a good idea.
That is not
I
a good
love that idea, Evelyn. You hear in your head.
Says who said that?
Who said what?
The
This is
DM.
your father.
She says back, "Shut up, Danielle."
All right, we'll go to the door that Zagus is at.
Oh, cool. Zagus could go first then.
Yeah.
I open the door. Is it locked?
That's a good question. It is not locked.
Damn. Unlock. Or I open it, not open.
You open the door.
I lock it, then it closes.
I lock it, then I unlock it.
As you open the
Emma?
door, you see that what appears to have once been a barrack room has been cleared and is being used as a ritual room. There's a huge circle of ash that has been laid out over the floor here, surrounding a skull design painted in what appears to be blood of some sort. Around the circle, you see 5 cultists kneeling in prayer.
Do you think we can sneak past?
You should kill them.
Oh my
I have a-
gosh.
I have a great idea.
As you guys are trying to be quiet, roll me a stealth check.
No!
Oh my god. Is this group stealth?
Eh, not bad, actually.
Okay.
Not bad.
Wait, everybody?
Yeah.
I wasn't talking.
I mean, they're praying.
If you're
They're
choosing not to be
praying.
stealthy, then
Oh.
that's fine by me.
They're praying. How are they going to hear us?
They're knelt in silent prayer, man.
We all
Yeah,
know
but they-
prayer deafens you.
Love their God so much. But they just, yeah. They cut out their ears. Damn, sister coughed.
Everyone at disadvantage, what can I say?
Sister farted.
He would never.
As you
Are
guys
we
are
being stealthy?
as you guys
Why are you guys being so quiet?
are kind of standing there talking, you see a couple turn their heads and they begin chanting out loud now. I need
And I
everybody
run
to
and
roll
I
initiative.
try-
Roll
Okay,
initiative.
Never mind.
I was just gonna blight the room, you guys.
And I was gonna back you up with a casted flame strike.
Yeah, Sam was reading that memo, so he made us all roll stealth.
Well, you
But I have the
opened the
21
door and are
instead.
talking 10 feet from them.
15 technically.
They're around the circle, man.
They'll never hear us coming.
Who's gonna hear us coming? The sister in the background.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
exactly.
Why are you guys
Wow.
whispering?
I don't get it.
Of course you don't.
Wow, what does that mean?
Oh,
Just
God.
face palm.
Azabar, you are up first.
I need everybody in the room to make a dexterity check.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of this spell today.
That's 5d20. They have a +2 to these. What's their save?
15?
15. 2 succeed.
Give me all the damage. There's all the
5.
damage.
Red dice, blue dice, 17. To green is gonna put him at that. 17 to orange and purple dice.
Nice.
And then I will just go and stand right here and be done.
Okay. You see the remaining 2 cultists quickly finish their chant, and they draw out a dagger and cut each one of their wrists as they drop blood into the center of the circle.
Gross.
As they do so, a very familiar creature begins to summon up out of the pool of blood.
Every time you do that, Alex, it makes me want, like...
As soon as I
Evelyn
find
loves
it.
this creature.
Oh no.
Actually,
You're
it was
doing
the
it.
wrong thing.
Oh, it's 100% worse. Okay. We have not
Just
seen that. We have
just
not
sh-
seen
No,
that.
I was identifying my creature that I thought
Just
it was
shut the
coming
door and
summoned,
walk away. Just do yourselves a favor and shut the door
as
and walk
it
away.
turns directly after the cultist.
No.
Uh,
That's a fiend, right? Just so I know.
for mechanical purposes, yes.
Yes, so it has disadvantage on Azabar. And me.
Okay. It is going to step into the corner, and you see its tail come around, and a stinger flies towards Azabar
No.
with a
Okay.
21 to hit.
Ow.
Was it a disadvantage?
Yep.
Oh.
You take 15 points of piercing and 17 points of poison for a total of 32. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh
Plus
dear.
5.
Okay, I'm good.
You are good. You are not poisoned. And as the stinger comes by and kind of hits you and you recoil shocked, you see its 3 arms sprout out and make claw attacks against you. Or 2 arms. I apologize. Missing with that one. And a 19.
Meats.
Meets. You take an additional 9 slashing damage. And Zagus, it is your turn.
Team, help.
Yeah, we're all singing your ceremony, your funeral.
19 meets.
Second level Divine Smite.
Okay. Total damage.
On that. That would be 39.
Alrighty.
Then my second attack. Missing.
Miss.
Then third. Hitting.
Hits.
Another second level Divine Smite.
Okay. Total damage?
In total for all of them, or just
No, just the last one you just did.
31.
31. Alrighty.
That is my turn.
Danielle.
Well then.
On green.
I'm not even gonna give you that answer.
32. All 3 hit.
Okay. That'll be what? 20, 32.
Dealt enough damage to kill green. And sister.
You guys are making a lot of noise.
Just yelling.
Ah, I see why you're making a lot of noise. Hmm. That is unfortunate. She's gonna swing at it.
Okay.
29.
Hits.
One more. So
Ooh,
close.
sad. 1 second. For 16, 29?
It's still up.
I guess it is. That's her turn.
Evelyn. You are muted.
Okay. Thank you. Can it give me a gross? I feel like it's gonna beat it. I'm just gonna shoot it with firebolt.
Okay. Roll to hit. 20 hits. You see the fire impact the creature and deal no damage.
Freaking ice dragon, isn't it?
No,
Okay,
it's
well, I'm
not a
used-
dragon.
It's made out of bones.
Okay. Anyway, I need to freaking learn how to play. Okay, I'm gonna spend a point
I
to do
didn't
the
know it was
twin.
immune to fire either, to be fair.
All right, I'm gonna twin the spell to the other living guy.
12,
12?
is gonna miss.
Oh no!
You're doing great.
You got this.
That's my turn.
Azabar.
Okay, we got some stuff we gotta fix right now though. So I'm gonna bonus action healing word myself. That was not what I needed, but it's what I got. Thanks, Batman of the Healing World. What am I going to do? This is a reach of 20. Perfect. 12 does not hit. Never mind.
12 does not hit.
I will stay where I'm at.
Okay. The cult member is going to run up, reach its hand out to you, Evelyn, and cast Inflict Wounds.
Counter spell?
Okay. What level are you wanting to cast it?
I'm doing mine at 2nd level.
Counterspell is a 3rd level minimum.
Okay, I'm doing it at 3rd level.
Okay. You
Good call.
quickly throw up Counterspell. As it does, you see it intersect his spell weave and is successful.
You
That,
fucked with the weave.
I'm just
that
gonna look. I'm just go.
ends- That ends his turn. He mutters something in Infernal. Does anybody speak Infernal?
I do.
Evelyn does.
Oh yeah, I do.
You hear him say, "La, Malak Gitter," and you see the Bone Devil turn and look towards you.
Devil.
Oh.
And
Joke's on him. If that's a
It's-
fiend, he's not coming this way.
he begins to try to move forward and is blocked by some magical
Holy-
force.
I'll
Instead
stay
is going to
behind you,
attempt
sister.
to attack Zagus.
Damn you, sister!
with a 22 to hit.
Wait,
You take
disadvantage, right?
Yep, you take 14 piercing and 10 poison.
Okay.
And I need
So
a
24 in total?
24 total, and I need a con save.
Will do.
I just realized I'm safe too.
19.
You are successful on the con save, and then it is going to make 2 claw attacks against you, missing with a 14, and missing with a 17. Your turn.
Oh, Link.
It.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. That
Big
hits.
yup. First level of Divine Smite.
Your total damage?
Would be 23.
Okay. It's still up. It's bloodied. On the verge of severely wounded.
Yeah, we get it. This thing has a lot of health. That's my turn.
Danielle, you are up.
Oh my god, we understood. We get it. Jesus.
Now all Danielle just has to do is come in and smack it. That's it.
Danielle obliterated the cultists.
No, I wasn't aiming for a cultist.
That's all you can see, though.
What?
You can see Evelyn and sister.
That's true.
Obviously. I can't see the big giant bone in front of me.
No, there's
There's
a
a
good
wall
wall
there.
right here.
Is that not a door? Am I in there looking at the wrong? Oh,
The door's here.
I was clicked on the icon and my stats were up blocking the door.
Oh.
So I thought I could see right through to it. So then, if that was the case, then I will probably move to here to do that shot, just so I can shoot the big giant bone.
With all three?
Yes.
Okay. One hits. The last one.
Well, that was embarrassing. That's it.
Sister.
An infernal, sister's gonna say, that thing's not coming any closer. And then she's just gonna hit it again, or at least try to.
Keyword.
If I 21 hit?
The Bone Devil or the Cultist?
Bone Devil.
Yeah, it does.
1 second. So that would be 15, 22.
Just enough damage.
Nice.
Damn you, sister!
Because I hit it with necrotic damage, does it go into the ring?
Yep.
We didn't lose.
It's automatic. If I swing, it goes in. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, it's a spell that it goes with, but
I've said that before, and that is a bullshit statement.
What does that even mean?
Anything else, sister?
No.
Evelyn, you have the last remaining cultist in front of you.
Intelligence saving throw.
you're gonna roll that
Save.
20.
Yeah, well.
5.
Okay.
That was close.
13 points of psychic damage.
Dead cultist.
What's up?
Combat
Before it
aid.
dies, I'm just gonna be like, no. And that's it.
No.
Not in my
No,
house.
no.
And as you guys finish combat here, you kind of look around the room. All you see is the ritual circle in the center. Does not appear to be anything else in this room. And that is where we will go ahead and take our break. So we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Enjoy the intermission video for everyone watching, and we will see you shortly.
Bye.
Hey, bye.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Now it's showtime, folks. And you can be sure it's the best show in town. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Who's setting up shop? We got a cleric paladin who is also setting up shop. We're gonna call our consortium Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. We don't sell hats.
Is we don't sell hats part of the name?
No, I just thought I'd clarify.
I like it better if it was part of the name. Yeah, me too.
Oh,
That would be very funny.
I'm the head of it, so like we could add that to the name.
Yeah, we will then. We're gonna have shirts made. I gotta get their portraits all put together, and we're gonna have merchandise.
Oh my god!
This is gonna be awesome.
Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. Parentheses. We don't sell hats.
I would buy one of those shirts.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
They don't really apply to level 0 characters.
They don't? Okay. All right. So then I won't grab them. I thought that crit might be that extra one. Okay. So here's the regular damage. Oh, say good night, Francis. Oh, that's Chip. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Chip.
Suck it, Chip.
Whoops. I thought
I'm sorry, sir. This is a private mountain.
But I only wanted it.
This mountain is reserved for patrons.
But
it's a supply depot for all sorts of good things, which people can get at the snack bar. Like soft drinks, candy bars of all kinds, delicious popcorn, and refreshing ice cream treats.
But I am a patron.
Well, why didn't you say so? Be our guest.
Through, and you're kind of at a point where you can't really wedge your way in there anymore. You're like,
here, boy. Here, boy. Come. Here, boy. You can do it. Come on.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
I'd like 2 of those, please.
Hot dogs? Yes, sir.
And 3 of those. And 1 of those. And 5 bars of these. And a cup of that nice hot liquid.
Coffee. Coming right up.
Oh, and 2 bags of those peculiar white puffy material.
You mean our crunchy popcorn? Shall I wrap that for you, sir?
Oh, that's all right. My saucer's just outside.
They come from miles to enjoy our intermission.
I'm terribly sorry. Bjorn, you explode, and in your place is a sweet roll.
Nice.
Hello there. Give the demonstration of my new invention, the goodies machine. The machine turns out delicious hot doggies one after the other. And thirst-quenching sodas also. Gives popcorn of the most tasty kind, plain unbuttered. Candy too, crunchy and dandy. Steaming hot coffee and ice cream too. These goodies are at our snack bar, just waiting for you.
Private messenger. And do you know how to do that in Facebook? I mean, in Facebook, whatever. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
At least Facebook is still around.
Wow.
Hundreds of years into the future.
Hey, why mess with a good thing?
Go ahead and
right?
clip that one, guys. And you send that one to me later too. Thanks a lot.
As everyone knows, rainbows usually have a treasure at the end. Let's follow this one and see if we can find the pot of gold.
Father, I suppose you've come to claim me treasure.
Well, we'd like to see the gold first.
Ethan, there's better than gold in here, me lad. No, just look here, no.
Candy, refreshing soft drinks, popcorn, ice cream. Well, that's some treasure, but anyone can buy luscious treats like these at the snack bar.
You don't tell me. Do you suppose you could get me a job as a snack bar attendant?
Brass knuckles he's wearing, and the creature just.
How did the creature go?
One more time?
What? One more time?
No, that was it.
Like you crave that corn when it's freshly bobbed, you gotta beat it to the box with the butter on the top. Get with it, man. Start strolling down to the sweets that you're rolling, the best in town. Our candy's real gone, if I'm understood. To all you squares, that means The confection is positively delicious. Cork that stuff. Give me 5. Let me send you into this nutty jive. Go, man, go. It ain't very far. Shake it on down to this cool snack bar. Come on, Jill. Give us a treat. A friendly pepper-upper with a tasty beat.
Drink Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, 'cause it never lets you down.
Frosty, man. Frosty.
People, we might be able to take care of that. I
I'm
understand.
gonna sing the Doom song now.
Oh God.
Doom, 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 da doom, doom, da doom, da doom, doom, da doom. Doom, doom, da doom, doom, da doom, doom. Doomy doomy. Doom doom doom. The end.
Music to the ears of the hungry. The sizzle of a mouth-watering hamburger. Fresh, lean beef, done to a golden brown. Couched in a soft bun and garnished to taste. Man, that's hunger heaven. And you'll feel like you're heaven sent when you get one at our refreshment stand.
Happen. Let me see. Is there a deception check for a horse? Or does a horse have a? Ooh, it's going for the
deception for a horse.
Yeah, horse
I
has got
love it.
deception. So the horse goes up, and you see it. It's looking a brief second. It looks at the plant like maybe it's something even tastier, but then it sticks out his tongue and it pulls back, and then it backs up. It's got the sugar cube in its mouth, and its eyes go boing, as his eyes just go, and it starts woo, and it starts bucking, and and it just and he was looking at something in his hand, and he is standing up, and he grunts out, "Who the F are you? What are you doing here?"
Housekeeping?
Housekeeping.
Oh my god.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
She had red whelps, and skin was looking all grotesque and all that, and she let out a little bit of a mumbled roar, leveled the gun at everybody in the room there, and that was where we cut last week. So that was where we'll pick up the action now, unless there are any questions or anything else that the group would like to add.
I have a question.
Please ask away.
What is a mumble roar?
Mumble roar.
Settle back now, content, comfortable, well-fed, and ready for some fine entertainment. Is everybody happy? Then let's go. It's showtime.
That's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Now it's show.
Alright, welcome back, everybody. We are back from our little bio break and pick back up where we left off. You guys just took out some cultists who summoned a Bone Devil and dispatched him as well pretty quickly.
Bone Devil.
Oh, do you think we could do like a short rest, or does
You can certainly try.
We've made so much noise down here.
Well, shit. All right. Can we get some quick healing?
We could barricade ourselves in this room with an Azabar barricade.
Maybe just like a quick pop of healing.
So like, I'm with you on that, but there's also something in here that can fly through walls.
Fair enough. All right, everybody in the room. We need 10. We need 10 minutes at least.
I mean, how is everybody? Like, I don't.
I got a wonderful day. How are you?
One sec. What's that medicine check say?
23.
It does
Danielle
say
has an
23. Danielle is under half HP.
You smartass.
Everyone else is above
That wasn't
half.
on purpose.
Everyone else is what?
Above half. I believe.
Danielle has an ouchie.
I'll just give everyone a prayer healing anyway. 10 minutes later, everyone gets a 14. Woohoo!
Thank
because
you.
my rolls suck, and that's all I can give.
That's fine. All right.
Onwards and outwards.
I believe we probably go down this hallway.
That's
Looks like a
non-existent.
wall.
Oh, it's a wall. Oh, I thought it was a hallway.
But you said that there's nothing in this room, right?
Nope.
That's a little weird.
If it didn't delete my map, I'd have dynamic lighting up, but...
Yeah.
All right. Well,
There's like a... What's the floor, stone?
The floor is stone, like a... It's stone, but there's a very thin layer of water clear through this area.
Ew.
where's the flow of water? What direction?
It's stagnant.
Sorry?
It's stagnant.
Oh, sorry. I thought there was a current.
I'm not gonna in any way metagame and not see there's a passage we can't get to and pull out my wand of secrets.
You sense a secret hallway.
I sense a secret hallway, everyone. It's,
20 feet
I have a
to your
feeling-
right.
I feel like it's right about here-ish.
Do I hear this?
What do you mean? This is a wall.
No, I
It's
think
just a wall.
I have a hunch. Something
You should
tells
get that
me,
looked at, though.
Give it the hand.
Something tells me this right here is safe to walk around.
Give it the hand.
In fact, as you go to walk through, you step right through.
And then I'll reach the hand out.
Wait, Danielle, are you suffocating? You're in stone.
He has a hunch. I wonder.
You get that Minecraft. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, he dug up and gravel fell on him.
God damn it, I hate when I update the blocks.
The door.
There is a
Oh,
door.
no, all the arrows are
I'm
pointing
gonna
to this
listen. I'm gonna percept real good. I'm gonna percept real bad.
Real bad perception.
All you hear are the slop, slop, slop of your party walking up behind you.
You guys!
Sister's walking on the water, to be fair.
It's not
She's
deep
making the
enough to
voice slop,
justify
slop,
the
slop.
ring.
Water.
I'm gonna percept real bad again.
You're slop, slop, slop as Zagus is playing in the water because it's his homeland.
I'm just gonna kick the door in.
This is actually racist.
Give me a strength check, Azabar.
Sounds safe to me.
Just straight up strength. Hate this game.
You go to kick the door, and it says pull. We've all been there. We've all done it.
So they kick the door, grab their leg, fall back on their shell, and just turtle screech. Ah!
Sure. I mean, well, not like it's gonna do anything.
Hey, Azabar. It says
Azabar
pull on
wants
the
us to
door.
die.
Shut up.
Great. That's cool. That's really cool.
As if they didn't already know we were here. Let's be honest.
That's true.
Let's be honest.
Pull the door.
Situations where they say, that's embarrassing.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Huh.
How sheltered are you?
All right.
I grew up around like 4 people, and 2 of them were my parents.
As you guys open the door, a rush of water comes in, filling up the hallway that you are in to about thigh height to waist height, depending on how tall you are. Sister, as it starts filling up, your boots just kind of slowly start rising you to the top.
Oh,
but with the additional height, your head is now scraping against the ceiling.
I don't like this.
All right. Go ahead.
Does Azabar get taken by the current?
It's not that strong.
Yeah, nobody was in a shell. Or they were in their shell.
They start just floating.
Yeah.
It's just a floating shell.
And as you guys
right.
are all kind of standing there, you feel this slimy substance kind of squirm through your legs.
No.
I've been there before.
Sadly, me too.
Hey, don't give
Can
me
I
that
see
look.
it?
He was talking about the 90-foot shaft.
What can I look? Can I see anything? Like if I look
Pitch
down
black
into the
water.
water. Cool. Can I put my dancing lights through the water?
You drop your lights down in. Does not appear to give any illumination.
Huh. Well.
Why don't you just go under and open
And
your
does a
eyes? I'm sure
19
it's
hit,
fine.
Evelyn?
Yes.
Balls of the Fiend.
You take 9 points of necrotic damage and need you to make a con save.
What?
The
I'm
halls are
just
attacking.
asking questions.
I mean, it's really nice over here, huh, Azabar?
Yeah.
14. You are unable to move.
I'm stuck. Help.
Sounds like a you problem.
Hand me, please. Give me your hand.
That sounded dirty.
Pull out my hand.
Pull out my hands.
Pull out my
I'll give her a
hands.
hand.
Not sure what to do with my hand. Help me.
You gonna grab my hand?
Yes, I grab your hand.
She can't. She's paralyzed.
What?
I can't see you, apparently.
That's a problem. I just pick her up.
I am going to just put my hand on her face and cast remove curse. Just
You cast remove curse and nothing happens.
I'm just paralyzed. Just put him on the stairs. Is this still like pretty heavily in water? Is this
Yep.
like, it's still to the thigh?
The water is now flowing downwards. As
Okay,
you guys have
I
opened
will-
the door.
pick her up then.
As you guys are kind of walking about, sister, you now feel something squirm kind of between your legs.
Nope, nope,
Just
nope.
stay in
You
the
and me.
water.
Between my legs?
Between your legs.
I can't move you.
I'm
Evelyn.
gonna
You gotta come
look
with me.
down.
You
Because
look
I'm not in
down
waters.
and you see this black, what looks like the water is rising up and just trying to wrap around your legs.
Evelyn, drag yourself to next to Zagabar.
I can't. I'm paralyzed.
I drug you there. I mean,
Dagobah. That's
in part,
adorable.
Zagus.
Good kid name right there.
I picked you up and sat you down there.
Okay, well, I'm paralyzed.
Yeah,
but
I
we can
moved
move
you.
So I'm not paralyzed anymore?
No,
you're paralyzed.
They're
No, you
physically moving you.
I'm physically moving you.
Oh, sorry.
Ro can't move your token, so move your fucking token.
Thank you. I thought you meant like in the game. I didn't
No.
realize you were talking about my
No.
token. Got
Move your
it.
token.
Got it. All right.
Wow, we made it, guys. We got there. Go
Holy
team.
moly.
I'm exhausted now.
Team Mayo.
Guys.
Huh?
You guys look up at
something
Sister and you
wrapping
see the water wrapping up around her legs.
Oh, can I cast anything from my hands?
You are
That looks
paralyzed.
Nothing from my hands.
You can't take actions, you can't move, and you can't speak.
Healthy.
Sister, hold very, very still. I am going to cast Guiding Bolt at the water.
Go ahead and roll. Don't roll a 1.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really bad time.
This is, with Asabar's rolls, this is gonna be cool.
No, yeah, no, I'm trying to find a lesser level of the spell, and I can't, so this is going to be very scary.
You can cast it at first.
Yeah.
Can I cast it first?
Guiding
No,
Bolt's
I
the
got
first
magic.
spell.
I got magic missile. This will work. 2 force damage at the water.
Times 3, so 6.
Did you roll them separately?
It's either or.
It's either or. It's all 3 at once. So.
Why don't you just move, sister?
Thank God for that aberrant dragon mark.
I'll try to.
As you hit it for 6 damage, I need everybody to roll initiative.
I did not know that would start combat. Cool.
Yeah, we're fighting the water, guys.
I love low initiative rolls on Sister.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Honestly, an 8 for being paralyzed kind of tracks.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Gonna do?
I can't do anything.
Who else did it not add?
T-posing?
Me.
I'm like,
Why did remove curse not? Oh, that's why. I'm dumb and casted the wrong spell. That's why.
But it's very tempo survival of you to shove your hand in her face like that. Like, you're healed.
yeah.
I
the
should
thought
have.
was there.
I should have done restoration. That's what it was.
Imagine getting paralyzed and then getting stiff-armed.
That's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, at least I didn't get line. What the hell is
What?
that?
What is that?
It's a little big, don't you think? It's still a little big.
Never question how big it is. Just enjoy it.
Disagree 100%.
Also disagree. I mean, what? Anyway. Oh.
Zagus, you're up first.
It's really that fucking big?
Yep.
So is this in the water or is this out?
It is the water.
It is the water. I swing it.
I have a
the
question.
water.
This isn't undead, is it?
Undead water?
Okay.
Le water.
25 just hits.
Okay.
Just hits?
Assuming that misses.
An 11 definitely misses. Especially on a nat 1. 14 misses.
I don't think you were telling the truth on the side. There ain't no way. Anyways, that is.
Okay. As a bar.
Tap Evelyn on the back of the head with a lesser restoration. My apologies, wrong spell.
Your paralysis lifts.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. I actually have to count now. 5, 10, 15 is as far as I'm going to go, because that thing scares me.
Just technically in Sister's Square right now. I just didn't want to clog.
I figured.
That's fine.
At that size, Sister's in its fucking square.
You know that's fact.
How you doing up there, sister?
Okay for now.
She likes this kind of stuff.
For now.
As a bonus action, can I just hold an action?
To hold an action, you use an action technically,
Okay, and since I already casted a spell,
and
I
you
can't
would
do
use
that.
your
Alright.
reaction to use it.
Then never mind. I'm done.
I think we're all done.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to make its attack on sister with a 25 to hit.
Wait, so was it a fiend?
Nope.
Okay.
It's La Water.
Well, actually,
It's an element.
Is it aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead?
No.
Okay. Good.
It's none of those?
Proceed.
Nope.
Proceed.
I mean, it's an element.
It's water.
Appears to be.
There should be water.
But does a 25 hit, sister?
Yes.
Takes 17 points of necrotic damage, and I need to make a con save.
+5.
Oof.
That super passes. Evelyn, your turn.
So it's not an undead or a construct?
You don't know.
Can I see? Can I make a roll for it to see if it is?
We don't even.
Which one do you want to see?
Construct.
You can give me a survival check.
Oh.
You've never seen a construct like this before.
Ooh.
Wait, you've never seen a
They're
construct like
typically
this before.
pretty mechanical.
Didn't say no.
Yeah, but I don't want to use a 4th level spell slot for him to be like,
Just
it's
have
a
it be
construct.
negated again.
Do you know how many spells have been negated?
It's been rough.
Hey, at
It's
least,
been
at
rough.
least like the firebolts are just cantrips.
Alright. Fine. Go ahead and give me an intelligence saving throw.
This water, brain power is like no other.
17.
Damn.
Wicked
it just
smart.
made it.
Wicked
I think it still takes half.
Boys, wicked.
It should, if it's a leveled spell, unless it's.
It's not
disintegrate.
as a cantrip. No.
Then if it's cantrip, it does not. Their save or suck.
In there too.
I don't know what to do about this. Okay, I can't do much. That's my turn, I guess.
Danielle?
Yep.
Is it too late to leave?
No.
I'm gonna dimension door over here because I don't trust that I won't roll a 1 at some point. And I will do my thing.
Dimension door is an action.
That's true, it is. And by my thing, I mean I'm gonna look at it very meanly.
I approve.
Show him your hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna show him like you just wait 6 more seconds.
Fair enough. Make an intimidation check. Why don't you?
I think you should take 1 psychic damage from mean look.
With a +9, I was hoping for better.
Sister.
You muted. Still muted.
Oh, whoops. I guess I'll try to hit it.
14 misses.
That's my turn.
Back to you, Zagus.
The moment Sam wasn't lying that a
If
25.
we die by
barely
water,
hits. I'll be fine.
Miss. Also miss. Go ahead and roll me another 20 to see if you hit sister. Does a 20 hit? Oh, 19, you're right. Right.
No, a 19 doesn't hit.
Go ahead and try again.
That
Sister
hits.
takes 18 points of damage.
we're gonna die to water.
No, we're gonna die to
Zagus.
ourselves.
I'm sorry. It wasn't intentional.
That was
He doesn't like-
unfortunate.
He doesn't like
Danielle,
missing, so
put
we
that
had to
hand
try
away. It's
again.
scaring the hell out of me. That's my turn.
Azabar.
Actually,
Sorry,
I used a fourth level Divine
I'm-
Smite on the last one. No.
Going to think about this carefully is what I'm going to do. Because that's the smart thing to do, isn't it? I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians at 4th level.
Okay.
So I will need wisdom saves from here on out.
Sounds good. Anything else?
No, I just wish I had better bonus actions.
Would you have spiritual weapon?
Yeah, but I can't cast it since I casted a leveled spell.
23 on the wisdom save. So it's going to take half
Do they
damage.
Oh, do
They
they
take
still
half.
take half? Okay.
Is yours necrotic or radiant?
It's radiant.
Okay.
I said 5th level, right?
4.
4. Okay. I'm glad you corrected me on that. Otherwise I was gonna screw that up.
Points of radiant damage. Not bad, not bad.
And then I will just stay there and let him take damage until I can figure out what else I'm gonna do.
As your spirit guardians hit it, right before it can make its turn, you see part of the water start to kind of wear off, and you see this fleshy, ghouled hand that is now wrapping around Sister's leg, attempting to continue its attack with a 22 to hit.
Giggity.
For 22 points of damage. Necrotic. And I need another con save.
+5.
Can Sister still cast with Radiant, or is she pure necrotic at this point?
You muted.
You're muted.
I can cast with Radiant if the spell has Radiant.
Do you, can you still cast Spirit Guardians with Radiant?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Evelyn, you're
That
up.
bitch is evil.
That would have been our best tactic, is to double cast with Radiant, but if she can't, then...
It's the evil Nella.
I'm going to
She's in her scene phase.
Such a kindergarten.
do a. You saw. Sorry, you said the water was like splitting, and I can see a hand.
You're beginning to see a flesh hand, yes.
When you say that, it makes it sound even grosser.
Yeah. Mm.
How big is the flesh hand?
90 feet.
This thing has a flesh hand and it's not undead. I'm sick.
Monstrosities are a wonderful thing.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just give me an intelligence saving throw again, I guess.
Be smart.
Yeah, boy,
No,
smart.
Really
don't be
not.
smart.
18.
Be smart.
Smart.
He only has a +1.
You're joking.
I'm not joking.
She's just smart. Big brain.
Bonus action: use a first level spell to get 2 sorcery points back.
Okay.
I'm mad.
This monstrosity has been educated.
And then I'm going to go.
Arguably harder than the bone.
One.
This is gonna be harder than the end battle.
Yeah, I'll go right there.
We don't have the hand.
Danielle.
That's what we need.
I don't want to waste the hand too soon.
It's a one-time use.
Once I use it, I gotta let it give it time to relax. Warm back up.
I'm
not as young as I used to be.
Just so I'm right on this, he's technically in her square, right?
Yes.
So I can melee him?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're sharing a square. I need another d20 to see if your nat 1 hits, sister.
Well, I was assuming the 20 I rolled would be. But
Okay.
I can roll again. Either way.
That's fine. We can count to 20 on Sister. Sister, you take 7 force damage. The 26 does hit the creature for 6.
You guys are gonna kill me.
One of us. One of us.
I mean, if you're gonna die, you might as well die to your friends.
No.
Sister, you're up.
You may have to heal yourself.
Fine.
I will probably later. Sister is going to cast Holy Weapon on her weapon.
On the tentacle?
Yeah.
Alright.
Giggity.
And she's gonna swing. 20?
Does not hit.
Ain't no way.
Okay. That's my turn.
Zagus.
Another natural one. No.
Almost.
But this one.
22 hits.
Hey! Use a 3-level defense.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Thank God.
I cut off the hand and it hits Sister in the head. That's it.
Sister takes a point of shame damage as combat comes to an end.
Let's talk about now I'm sitting at like half. Like half. I want to
All
talk
because
about
of
it.
us.
Mostly due to the own party. That's tough.
Yeah, go ahead and take a minute to heal.
I am going to do another medicine check on the whole party.
Sister's hurting. Danielle's still around half. Everyone else seems to be doing alright.
I have this weapon for a while now. So I'm just
We
gonna cast.
should- Go ahead.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna start healing myself over
Yeah.
the course of the next minute.
Okay.
I was just gonna channel divinity and split it amongst you and Zagus.
I think.
If you want, I still have like a lot of spell slots.
Well, the channel divinity also only heals you up to what,
Half your
hit
max.
points is-
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's restore 60. I need healing. You need healing. Zagus
But-
needs healing. So.
But it can
Well,
only
we're all
restore.
at half.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's
It
right.
only heals you if you're below your half maximum hit points.
Y'all. Just roll 8d6 or whatever that number.
It's
8d.
2d6 per
Per round.
So it'd be
of
16d6
16
left.
Okay.
Just save it then, because.
Yeah, we still have a
running out.
dragon to fight.
I'm running out of slots.
Well, we still
Real
have
bad.
a whole ass
I'm full now.
boss to fight here.
West. Yeah. One of us might get possessed. Maybe it's better if we're all low.
Mhm.
All right. Continuing. Let's continue. Which way
are
do
we
you want to
going?
go?
You got 3 options. They all lead up.
Is there a like? Can
guess
I
you're
try
the
to?
dragon.
I was gonna say, can I try to listen to see where water is coming?
It is
Going?
flowing from all directions.
Ah, that doesn't help.
But it's still like half our like.
Yeah, it's not getting any higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is good.
As you guys come up to a large open chamber, you see that it is appears to be burial chambers with notches cut out and sarcophaguses with the lids that have long since rotted away. As the group enters the chamber, Sister, you begin to hear bones rattling.
You guys hear that?
Divine sense.
All I hear is water.
Detects
60 feet, but it's not behind total cover.
does it give you a number?
It says anything affected, though I assume.
You sense in this room alone 10 very large sources of undead.
There's a lot of there's 10 very big things of undead in here.
Should we do
So
something
Asimar's
else?
in the middle of the room, so
How close?
how close? I mean, just as
Yeah.
it doesn't tell me like the exact like distance.
Doesn't give you a
I'm pretty sure,
location.
just- yeah.
You just know it's within 60 feet of you.
I say we maybe back up.
Now you all begin to hear bones rattling from each of the little alcoves.
Oh, you can also detect that this has been like consecrated or desecrated. Is it either of those?
Neither.
Well then, I hope you guys are ready to fight.
Okay.
Okay, so looking into it, it says I know the location of any.
Each of the
celestial
niches.
fiend- Okay. They're in every one of the little carve outs. I'll say.
All right, guys, choose one.
Why don't we just not?
Can we? Yeah, we could just not go a different way.
They're still just shaking as you guys are standing here.
So like, they're in sarcophagus, or like they broken? You said that they were like rotten.
All
away?
of the top, the lids have all been rotted away or broken. As you guys kind of look around, you see that each sarcophagi consists of a very large humanoid creature, bones, and as you look in, you see that they are rattling and beginning to get closer together to forming the creature back to what it was.
So I can't set bones on fire, but we should definitely do something
Some
about.
bones probably could be set on fire. I think it was just because it was a demon.
Devil.
Okay,
Tomato, tomato.
I'm gonna start, or actually I'll cast. What level does it need to be at? I think it needs to be 5th level. Shoot. Yeah, I'll start casting a 5th level. Immolation?
15, 5, 10, 15.
Which one are you targeting?
It's within 90 feet, so I'll tell the group to get out of the range so I can do like draw a shape like this area, I guess.
Okay.
Sister got real.
Do
far
I can
back.
roll that, right? Or does it have to make a dex check?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever used immolation.
So it's a dexterity saving throw is what it would need if I use it
Okay.
as an attack.
So you target one creature you can see within range with this. It makes a dex save, but it's concentration, so
Yeah.
just so you're aware, you're going to target one creature. If it succeeds the saving throw, it will not stay on the creature, and it just takes the initial damage. If it fails the saving throw, at the end of each of its turns, it repeats it until it saves, taking damage.
Right.
Just so you're aware.
Right. I'm gonna cast Firebolt instead. That seems like a better fire option. We'll do that one later, probably, for a bigger thing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit. Which one are you hitting?
We'll just go with this guy up here. You know, why not?
Okay.
13.
13 hits. For
Boo.
6 fire damage, and as you hit it, I need everybody to roll initiative.
I wanna.
Oh!
Oh my god.
There's
Maybe we
10 of
should've
those?
just went away. But they can't get closer to sister.
I'm getting real tired of all this combat. Would you say all of these are about 30 feet away from me?
Each square is 10 feet.
I'm trying to count them and my brain just won't do it.
This one would be 20
And-
feet away.
Yeah, these are 20 feet.
That would be 30 feet.
Well, yeah, they're all about 30 feet away from me. Cool. Nobody roll higher than me.
Sorry.
What is your roll, Alex?
Pretty damn good. One above Azabar.
Oh, okay. Yuck.
I don't know why he keeps telling me my token wasn't selected. I had the dang thing selected.
Sometimes it's finicky.
Well, I rolled a 20.
I'm just getting their health
You're good.
written down. And that one is down 6.
Did it do more than 6?
Didn't appear to.
It did not.
Didn't appear to.
Yikes.
Didn't appear to do less either.
Hey!
Fair enough. Zagat's, you're up first, as all these
I'd
creatures
say-
begin to rise out of their sarcophagus upon
Take
taking
2
damage.
tridents, and I'm gonna throw it at red and green.
That one hits.
And they don't take the radiant damage. Too.
And
It's
that one
just
also
obviously-
hits. So the
it's
first set of damage?
21, yeah.
Okay, on red green.
And that's all. I guess I'll heal for the rest amount of my hit point. And that'll be it.
Azabar.
Channel Divinity, turn undead with destroy undead CR2 or below.
Okay. They still make saves, correct?
Yep.
Wisdom
DC
save.
15 on wisdom.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got a lot of them, but a few managed to succeed. 3.
That's perfectly fine with me.
Nice.
Anything else?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And that is all.
Danielle.
Green. Oh wait, I can't see green. Yellow.
Okay. That hits. Hit and miss on the last.
16.
Alrighty.
That's
Sister.
5, 10, 15. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand there. I think that's 10 feet. Well, yeah, I think that's 10 feet. Great. She's gonna swing on it.
19 hits.
Does a 19? Great. So that's that damage. Plus.
Alrighty.
That's necrotic,
You love
right?
this. No. Well, the divine strike is necrotic, but if it's resistant, it's not. And then the 3d8 is radiant.
Okay. Nothing appears to
That's
have
such
a
a bad
larger effect or not.
Great. So that's my turn. That's unfortunate.
Evelyn.
On yellow,
That hits.
and then I will do twinning spell right up there. Red, purple. me do that. Do.
That misses.
Ah. Boo.
You should didn't roll a 1 and hit sister.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't want to be
Sister
one of
will leave,
them.
guys.
Wait, might as
Sister
well
will
everyone else
leave.
has.
Okay, that's that'll be my turn.
At the beginning of their turn, a deafening clatter of bones begins to sound off, and this one kind of rolls out and up, covering your guys' square completely. And this one moves up into your square, Zagus. As they enter your guys' squares, you are considered deafened. And then they are going to attempt to slash. First one on Zagus has disadvantage. Yep. Misses. And one on Evelyn.
Unfortunately, that is
Misses.
Sorry, what am I doing?
It missed. But the three of you are all deafened. Zagus, you are up.
Just start swinging on the one on me. 15.
Hits. Hits. And hits. What's your total damage?
That would be 51.
51. Dealing enough with the last hit there to knock it down.
Then I'll move closer to Danielle and Evelyn so they're in my area, and that's it.
Has a bar.
I need a dexterity save on red purple.
4.
It's a fail. Yeah, 13 radiant damage.
Okay. Danielle.
You're muted.
I was unmuted and then I muted myself because I'm a smarty. I will take a chance.
12 to hit.
No.
You're good.
And do my thing. Ungreen.
2 hit. Top 2.
20.
Anything else?
Yes, or stop rolling those
Sister.
crits with the second pair of dice.
Right?
You're muted?
Muted.
Sister's gonna swing on this one in front of her.
18 hits.
R.I.P. My god. 8, 13, 22.
It's still up.
He just kind of flips it off.
Fair enough. Evelyn.
You got that from Leah.
Sister's doing that?
I'm gonna take the op shot and also try to move away.
Does not get one. It already used one on Danielle.
Nerd. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot firebolt at it.
Wow, that was aggressive.
Oh.
That's a good old crit.
Yeah. Boop boop.
Uh,
Oh.
It is no longer with us.
Yeah, and then the twinning spit, the twin thingy. I don't even know what it's called. 27. For 22
Izanami,
on.
GG. Thank you for the follow.
It's Izanami.
Yeah, GG.
Welcome to the rejects. A 27 hits for 22 fire as red purple also go down. And combat is over. Luckily, with Azabar's use of Channel Divinity.
Good job. Very nice. All right.
That was fun.
Yes.
I say we go this way.
Wait, that way.
I have a feeling.
Okay.
Is there anything in this room before we go?
You can make an investigation check if you want to look around.
I'll make a quick one as we're walking out. I see nothing.
You see nothing because you're making a quick check.
I'm
You know,
looking this
I
one.
will
Is there
back
a
that up.
necklace of fireballs?
No, there's not a necklace of fireballs.
Damn! I tried, Danielle. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'd still have mine if someone didn't rudely use all my balls.
You had 2
Rip.
balls left.
Yeah, they were my
Alright.
balls.
They saved your real balls' life.
I would have sacrificed my real balls.
Where's this dragon? Can I die now? Where's this dragon? Where's the dragon? Where's the dragon?
As
Oh,
Azabar
shit.
begins running forward
Azabar.
before the rest of the party catches up.
No.
Not like this.
No.
Not like this.
I need you to give me a charisma saving throw as you entered the room.
No!
I don't like
Got a
those. Let me
+5.
stick near Zagus.
What do you mean? This will be fine. Has a +5.
I guess I'm already in the room, so there's my charisma saving throw.
I was kidding.
Oh, R.I.P. Because I was
being
scared.
generous.
Just being
Oh,
generous. Oh, jeez, Rick. Hey, Evelyn, you might want to be like quite literally within 10 feet of me.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I will kill you otherwise.
For fun.
Okay.
Oh dear.
As you guys
Nothing
see,
personal. Nothing personal.
where's it at? As you guys see a priest standing
Not one of those again.
in front of
A rabbi who walks into a bar.
Let's see it.
But where's the pagan?
There.
it is.
Oh, shit. It got bigger. It got bigger. Yeah.
It
No,
grew up.
you made that the wrong way.
the priest is standing in front of a undead visage of a dragon, of which you guys recognize as the one that flew into and out of Old Gnawbone both times you saw the possession take place and be dispersed. The graven steps that ascend down into the wide octagonal chamber below has a high vaulted ceiling. The mosaic floor here is littered with rubble, and a pool of murky water floods the far side of the chamber. There is a strange fungi that clings to the moist walls here. To the north, an arched hallway plunges into the dark. As you approach, a hollow voice booms from beyond. You see the priest kind of turn as the dragon's mouth moves. Who dares disturb the rest of Ebondeath?
Your mom.
Roll initiative.
All right.
Well,
I
we
hope I
don't
roll high this
officially
time.
have.
Wait,
Oh.
is it canon that I said your mom to a Draco Lich? Is that
It
what
is now.
happened?
Fuck yeah, it is.
It is.
Oh
Now you gotta punch
no.
it. If you don't punch it to kill it, you're
Gotta
fake.
smack it. Not a punch, it's a simple smack.
And as the initiative order begins to unravel, you see the priest pull out a very fine red crystal in its hand.
Oh.
No.
One you recognize from the tower.
Azabar, we found it.
I know.
Right there.
Told you.
You didn't even know about it.
Pretty solid initiative rolls.
What are you gonna do? Flip me off?
That's a Leah
She flips
thing.
you off.
No.
I'm just saying, I told you guys I had nothing to do with it. See, now look at you.
I didn't think you actually did.
Sure,
Lich of a fiancé did, though.
Seeing that he has the crystal, Azabar doesn't say a word, but just begins to tremble very hard.
Zagus,
What's up with you?
you are up.
You'd love to see it. Hey, Danielle, are you a willing creature?
I mean, that's a vague question, and for the most part,
Actually,
yes.
No, not you. That's a bad idea.
That's-
Sister, are you a willing creature?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, she is
So I
pregnant.
mean where I am, and I go in your spot.
Okay.
Fake.
So move your token there.
Did you just King Castle?
Yeah. And then a marine layer.
That is so fake.
Wow.
So we all can see, but nothing else can see to us, per se, with normal means.
With
Don't
normal
they have
means,
true
that
sight?
is correct.
Sister does.
Sister
But I
does
mean,
not have true sight up at the moment.
Not at the
Why
moment.
would you? Okay, guys, stop! Don't ruin my plans, okay?
You see, there was a certain individual with not being in 10 feet of me. So
is that me?
Or no, I miscalculated. You were. Never mind. I stick with what I did. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the last time I trust you, Zaggis.
It's for the better. I'm not meant for melee.
I'm literally what? I'm
His
pregnant.
His better. It's for the better. His better.
All right, Azabar, you're up.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Fantastic. How are we gonna ruin these guys day to day?
Dying on their fists. That'll learn them.
So many options. All of them terrible.
Alright, calm down there, Doctor Strange.
Who are you targeting?
On the priest.
The priest is going to attempt to counterspell.
I thought the priest
It's
couldn't
past
see
60
us.
feet. Yeah, you also can't.
Oh,
see
it's true. You
us.
can't see. That is correct. It does not go off.
It was all according to the plan. Oh, you also would have advantage on that, so you can see if you nat 20.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Well, it did roll with initiative. Oh, that's the initiative. Never mind.
Nope, didn't get it at 20, but that's okay. I'll still take the
26 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
This is the end game, guys.
30 points of damage.
Someone it is.
How far can I move without being seen again?
You take 20 feet forward, right? Isn't that how large your fog cloud is?
It's in 20 feet in all directions.
Yeah, so if you move 20 feet forward, you will be out of the fog cloud.
So I could be here and not be seen?
You won't be able to
Theoretically,
see
but you also aren't able to see
Oh,
out.
but I won't be able to see? Okay, so can I stand here then and be fine?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll stand here then.
Yeah, I think 10 feet from Zagus you can see.
5 feet. Evelyn.
I cannot see them. So, excuse me, guys. That's too. I can see them now, yeah?
You can.
Okay. I will. Shoot. I don't know why this is, like, so hard. I'm assuming that the dragon is undead.
Life is so hard, you guys.
Can the priest please give me a dexterity saving throw?
14.
It fails, and I'm casting Immolation at 5th level.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
So 34, and then...
It does not take the 7 yet.
Oh, sorry, yeah, so then it's 7 damage at the top of its turn, I believe.
End of its turn if it fails to save again.
Right. Thank you. Great. That's the first time I cast that. Cool.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit my mic.
And then I'll be like, he's on fire! And I'll just inch my way back down here.
Okay. Danielle?
I'm gonna say you must be so proud.
I said it's on fire!
I'm gonna shoot at him too.
The top one and the bottom one hit. Or else you have advantage. All of them hit.
Great. 14, 15, 16, 26. And that is it.
Alrighty, at the top of its turn. He's going to reach up into the sky. And those of you that can see it right now, Sister and Azabar, and kind of Danielle, see it bring down. Foot radius. I need Danielle, Zagus, Sister, and Azabar to give me dexterity saves.
I can't counterspell, can I?
No, you cannot see it.
We all have +5.
I moved away like an.
Goodbye.
Just chain lightning.
Zagus, you're good. Sister, you fail. Danielle, you fail. Azabar, you succeed.
Goodbye.
Sister's just rocking.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, but yes.
As you guys take... Wow, that was really low. 26 points of damage.
So if we
I was gonna say you don't get.
You take half.
I was gonna say you don't get to re-roll just because you don't like your roll.
No, it's two sets of damage.
Yeah, it's 2 sets of damage. It was
I
just
know.
the one was really low.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go. Sister lives
and
another day.
As a bonus action, you see the priest Azabar look into the stone that is in its hands, and it whispers something into it. As it does so, it's going to attempt to remake its dex save that it failed against immolation. Rolling a 10, so it does not succeed in that action. However,
So it takes 7. Oh.
No, this was to reattempt its dex save. With the use of the stone, you see it, Azabar and Sister and Danielle, you see it crumble out of its hands into ash and dust on the ground. As it does so, Zagus, Danielle, and Sister, you see Azabar do the same. As Azabar crumbles into ash before your very eyes.
Guys, I'm very confused.
And also, as it uses it, Ebondeath crumbles into ash.
What?
Wait, guys, I'm confused.
Now I am too.
And at the end of its turn, it'll attempt the dex save for the 46. Fails, takes 7 more points of fire damage. And it is Sister's turn.
What did I miss?
I didn't even hit it with my hand.
Can
Too soon.
It's like, hold on, we'll fight you in a second. We're just trying to figure something out.
Right, like
We need to unpack
Spider-Man
this.
pointing
We're
at
all
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
like quick pause.
We have a lot to unpack right now.
You can go ahead and take me off the map.
I think, as I'll say, I think you pretty much did.
Oh, I'm beyond dead.
Yeah. Your powder.
Okay. I'm not close enough to use any spell, but yeah, I'm not close enough to use like any spell.
Yeah, I think Zagus
Except-
is gonna have to start scooching up for you guys.
Yes, probably. All right.
Did this girl really kill her god?
Is
that what happened?
What's going on? You know what? Screw it. Sister's gonna move and say, Zagus, you should hurry. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to go ahead and need a Constitution save.
Constitution. That is a... Wow, nat 1.
You'll have to see it.
Love to see it. How do you want to do this?
1 round too slow.
Yeah.
I think whatever Sam rolled for that runestone really messed him up in the end.
Sister's gonna say if anybody was gonna kill him, it was gonna be me. Cast blight.
As your
Elbow
blight
with
goes
fire.
over and the soul gets sucked into the ring almost immediately, combat is over.
I guess they're just dead. Stop the fog cloud.
Okay, drop the fog cloud, but now let's raise the what the fuck cloud.
Yeah.
Were you guys keeping something from me? What's happening? Where did he go? Where did they go?
We're always keeping things from you, but that's beside the point.
You are?
There's just ashes. Is there
It's
anything
just a
left?
pile of ashes.
Not even their teacup?
I don't know.
Gear, items, everything. Just Thanos snapped.
But I wanted the teacup.
I'm pretty sure there's only one way of bringing them back.
What's that?
And we don't have it. We don't have it.
We don't have it.
You don't have it.
I'm gonna
Got a
pull up
wish
my.
spell?
I'm gonna pull up my
don't have wish.
my cup, and I'm gonna pour one out for my homie.
It just continuously pours until you decide to stop.
Yeah, basically. I'm gonna turn the ash to mud, basically.
Sister, do you got true sight?
Not right now. Why do
Can
you
you
want me
use it
to?
right now? Yeah, let's see if it's still here. The dragon.
Sure. You sure? That's a really high level spell.
This is life or death.
True. Get it? As he casts true seeing.
You see walking out through the ethereal plane, one lone turtle wandering the lands.
Can you
That's
just
so
see
sad.
in the heavens? Can you just... Wait a minute. So if you go to a cemetery, do you just see like a rave party going on?
Don't say that. I need to be serious. Why would you say that? Oh. I guess she just says, "Damn it, Azabar, I was supposed to kill you myself."
Hey, yo, sister.
You don't see it. Of course you don't see Azabar. Well, they're right there.
To look over at the wall.
I'll wave. I believe you.
Damn it. Now I gotta do the morally right thing.
What? Because you can't take the body, you're gonna do the right thing?
You guys think I would take your souls?
Yes.
Well, only one.
What?
I mean,
What?
I only have one.
No, I meant only one of you guys.
Well, that's bullshit.
The dragon. So like going around like the whole place. Is the dragon anywhere to be spotted, or is it just gone?
It's true seeing
Let me
up.
see.
You do not see anything else in the mausoleum worthy of note.
So Azabar had ashes where they fell. Does the dragon also have ashes where it fell?
No, it does not.
I'm just
Is
gonna
that
sit
because
down.
it went over the water? It like
You look into the water and all you feel is mud. All you see is mud.
I'm just gonna sit down at the ashes and just kind of stare at them.
Sister will join you. And then she'll reach in her bag and it looks like she's gonna drink alcohol and then she's gonna say F and then she's gonna throw one of the bottles.
She just says the word F.
F.
F. F. And then she just chucks
Sister's
the
too
bottle.
woke. You do if you were up there, Zagus, you do see a decent treasure hoard.
How much are we talking?
While your party is mourning, you sit there counting gold.
Oh no, I'm not gonna count it out. No, I was just wondering like a rough estimate. Like looking at it, does it look substantial?
It is pretty substantial.
Zagus, like you guys got
There's
you got the morning covered.
Quite a bit of coin, as well as a few 3 potions and what looks like a little circlet.
I'll take the potions in the circle. I'll walk.
Okay.
So, yeah. I feel like, are there like any little sticks or wood pieces around?
Not down here.
Okay, well we're not... Kind of wanted to leave them like a wooden... But I don't have it.
I'm just gonna start scooping up ashes into a pouch.
Okay, good. I don't
Muddy
have a
ashes.
Yeah, it's like clay at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll just scoop them. They would have liked it this way anyways.
We're gonna season our food with you, Asgard.
Oh god!
Oh my god! How he really wanted to go
Can we get
out
some?
and eat
Can we get some
food.
turtle soup?
Evelyn, you should
What?
take a nap.
Maybe
I
you
should
should
take
walk
a nap?
away.
You should take a nap.
I'll take a nap right here.
You have to be exhausted to say that.
Well, that's just really
Okay,
sad.
well, we gotta. I know where to put them at rest. We should probably go back to town. There's a. This isn't the time or place, but there's a lot of gold in here.
I mean,
fine. Let's go get it. No use in going back empty-handed.
You're not
Oh, you really-
empty-handed.
pulling her leg there.
We are splitting it 5 ways.
Of course.
Yeah.
And we are giving
obviously.
Azabar's share to the
The orphanage.
the orphanage.
The rebuild, yeah.
And
Whatever it
it's going
takes.
to be in
Whatever it
Asgar's name.
takes.
You guys go back and collect the coin, and upon collecting it, you count it while collecting, and you come up with a sum of 14,000 gold pieces, 1,750 platinum.
Hold up. That's a lot of numbers. So 14,000 what amount of gold?
14,000 gold.
Okay.
And 1,750 platinum.
If there's any electrum, I'm throwing it in the water.
And there are also 10 jet gemstones.
2 for each. You got that all down, Alex, right?
Yes, I do.
Great. Cool. So I'll just split all that 5 ways.
I don't want to be here anymore.
So that's 2,800 gold.
Each,
Yeah.
I will
350
give
platinum?
my fund to the Zabar.
I'm gonna just start walking out.
Same.
I will also start walking.
You guys make your way back to the ladder and climb up the 120-foot slimy, dank shaft.
Giggity.
You make your way back through the mirror of dead men, kind of retracing what your steps were not 15 minutes ago as you came down into the mausoleum, and head back to Leylon.
Danielle will not say a single word this entire trip back.
You guys arrive back in Leylon close to midnight.
I'll go find Ivy.
I'm gonna ask for Asabar's share,
Yes.
and then I'm gonna head out to find the town leader lady.
So you get 5,600 gold and 700 platinum for the gemstones.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put that in chat as well. So.
Each?
That's
Not to
for
Danielle.
Dazabar.
Got it.
I'm gonna find whoever, I can't remember her
Griselda.
name. Yeah, I don't care what time it is. I'm gonna knock on her door.
You
And I'm
head down
gonna-
to the fishery and find her.
Okay, I'm gonna explain what happened. We're gonna tell her that we lost someone. This is their share. It's going strictly to the orphanage and only to the orphanage. And I will give her both of Asabar's share and my share.
Okay. You hand
And
over.
I will look right in her face and say, if I find out this is used for anything other than the orphanage, I will kill you.
Griselda just looks at you and apologizes. It's never fun losing a friend and a companion. Have no worries, friend. What your party did for this town could never be repaid, and I will uphold your wishes and honor the deal to use this in the rebuilding of the orphanage. And whatever is not used will be set aside for the orphanage funds for food and education, clothing, anything of the necessities that they may need.
Thank you. And I'll leave.
Burying the ashes of Azabar next to the kids.
I'm gonna go collect some sticks and put them together. And then I will spend 10 minutes to create this pretty little gem and make like a little cross. Spend 10 minutes, use creation to make a little gem and put it like right in the center. They're not going to be sticks. It's going to be like pretty good, solid, like wood piece, right? Like it's going to be an actual, like.
You're gonna find two random dead branches and just kind of stick them together with some like twine.
Yeah. And it's going to be the color is going to be like the color of their shell, which I think was like a brownish. So it'll be like a pretty little bronze gem.
Sister's gonna cast ceremony. The funeral rite one.
Very similar to when you funeral rited Damon. You do the same for Azabar. This one hits a little closer to home with the special bond that Azabar shared with the party.
We would have died without Azabar.
Many times.
A lot. Just stand there for a minute and then kind of pat the little head of the tomb, and then I'll go find Ivy.
I'm gonna sit there at the gravesite all night.
I'll sit with Danielle.
Sister will sit too.
Oh, I feel like a jerk. I walked away.
Granted, you're the only one in this town with like anyone to talk to.
Or a house.
Yeah, we don't have a house.
Yeah.
Hey, Danielle.
What?
Can you do me a favor?
Hmm.
Can you keep this? And hold out something.
Okay.
Drop it to your hand. It's a stone.
Okay.
Sister puts down a bottle of spirits.
after a couple hours, I'll eventually look at you two and say it's getting late. You should sleep.
I'm fine. Sister, you should probably sleep. You have kids to worry about.
At some point, Evelyn would have brought Ivy over. Does Ivy still have the blankets?
Yeah, Ivy still has the blanket.
Not the pee blanket.
I'll just tell her to bring it
The
with.
pee blanket.
I'll tell her to bring it with. And what had happened to Azabar. And yeah, we'll just go and sit next to them for a little bit. Hopefully she does the right thing and like wraps it around, you know. But we'll see. We'll see.
Hint, wink, wink, hint.
Ivy definitely doesn't know what to do with the pea blanket.
I'll just tell her, go ahead and set it on the grave.
She sets it on the grave.
We lost a really good friend that did a lot for us. And this hurts. You should experience some sadness. Sadness like this. She's probably like, alright.
What is that?
Gosh.
This hurts. You should feel pain.
And then when it gets too late, I'll just tell the party I have to go put my sister to bed. And I'll see you guys in the morning.
Actually, Evelyn, you get this urge. Pardon my voice.
That's okay.
You get this urge out of nowhere. Like something touches your shoulder. And it pushes you towards the house.
Towards the house that you guys had? Okay. I'll go. I'll go towards the house.
The door swings open slightly before
Okay.
you even get there.
Go inside.
Sitting alone on the table, as if placed just before anybody ever even left the house, is a grimy teacup sitting on a dirty tea plate, as if placed there just for you.
That's wonderful.
My
I
heart.
will grab it. Both, because I know that you're supposed to grab both. I'm at least kind of... I have a little bit of etiquette. And I'll cheers.
It's just how he left it. It's filthy. Except the inside where it's been wiped.
Mm-hmm.
And then that feeling goes away. And you're left alone with a grimy teacup.
I'll just say... Thank you, Azabar. And I will keep it. And I'll go home.
That was my secret.
Oh.
It only smells like pee a little bit.
Not nearly as bad as the blanket.
No, not nearly as bad, but just a little.
So, we just smell like pee now.
Turtle pee, to be specific.
Turtle pee. Yeah, wonderful.
Although I will say, Rogue, you really did sell that. You're left alone with a grimy teacup. You made it sound so appealing.
It's an old one.
Mm.
Is there? What does
Very
it look
old
like?
teacup.
What does it look like?
It's one of those traditional blue and white china teacups.
Okay.
Where it looks like it's the china ones that have been stamped. So it's like
Mhm.
one of those really nice teacups.
Is there anything like customized to you on it?
It's just got little turtles on it.
Wonderful. I'll keep it forever.
Sister, go to bed. You're muted.
Sister will go to bed because she doesn't want to start any fights. So she will just pull out her bedroll, and then go to bed.
Danielle going.
Is Danielle going to bed?
Yeah.
Did we ask? No.
Danielle doesn't sleep.
Danielle doesn't have to
I
sleep,
know,
so he is not
but
going to.
Zagus doesn't.
No.
I will hand you 2 red potions. All the gold, platinum, silver, and copper I have on me. Beat of force. Anything in importance, we can get into that later. And then Zagus tells you that the stone that you have in your hand is a one-way street to talk to me. And that I will be gone, but I will not be gone forever. But then I walk into the ocean.
What the fuck?
And as I walk into the ocean, I turn to water.
Oh shit.
And as you see him leave down into the ocean, Danielle, you see this blue phoenix underwater, appearing to be dragging an essence of a soul alongside it.
Okay then. I'll just sit there all night.
You sit there most of the evening, and as everyone else rests and begins to awaken for dawn, Danielle, you see the sun rising out of the west over the ocean horizon that you've been staring at all night. You watch the sun set down, and it begins to rise back up, and you kind of think to yourself, knowing that this isn't how this should be, when you feel a light touch of the hand on your shoulder. You
I'm going to look over.
Look over, and as you look, you see the hand that is touching you is the left hand, completely skeletal, with no signs of flesh on it. And you recognize in front of you the build of your cleric friend, but something has changed. The eye is very red. The left eye is very red and pulpous, and there is no right eye. Your humanoid cleric friend speaks out to you. It's been a while, friend.
It has.
Lots has gone on since we've last spoke. You've changed quite a bit.
It's their fault.
It's their fault. Would you rather me punish them instead?
You know, one time I would have said yes. But like you said, I've changed.
And as this conversation is going on, sister, you kind of look out your window and see Danielle talking to this, very much from your point of view, undead.
Sister slept there.
Oh, next? Fair enough.
Yeah.
You wake up 10 feet away, kind of quietly. You hear Danielle talking, and you look over your shoulder, and you see this, to you, very undead human with a skeletal hand and a single red left eye, speaking with Danielle. This conversation continues, Danielle. Indeed you have. It's a shame. You would have been such a good servant to the undying king, the Whispered One, myself.
I tried.
Very well, since you can't be trusted to have your own will to an extent, I, Vecna, bring you back into my service.
And you give me 1 minute.
1 minute. Very well.
Thank you. I'm gonna walk over to Sister. I'm gonna hand everything that Zagus gave to me to her. I'm gonna kind of explain the whole thing really quickly to her. And I'm gonna look her straight in the eye. I'm gonna say, "You've turned into a very bad person. And if you ever change again, I will find you and I will hunt you down. You're perfect as you are." And I'll turn back around and walk away. Walk towards my cleric friend.
You walk towards your cleric friend.
Do I stay a bad person?
Always.
Okay.
He reaches out and embraces you, and as he does so, your body turns into a husk of what it once was, even more so than what it's been. And your soul is transported. Sister, you see the human kind of just step back and disappear out of sight.
Fucking Vecna?
You said Vecna? That's one I know.
That ain't good. Is what
That's
it
scary.
is.
That's so scary.
Sam was very excited, wasn't he, when you gave him Vecna?
I didn't give him Vecna.
Oh, he picked Vecna.
He gave
Holy
me full
fuck.
choice on who to make
He
his
picked
cleric
Vecna.
friend.
Yep. The only thing I told him is, don't tell me his name until I finally meet him. All I told him. That's all I wanted to know.
So you just now
So you
found out it
never
was
even
Vecna.
met him?
Oh my god.
He's been long konging this whole game.
Evelyn,
Yeah.
you wake up in the morning, go to get Ivy up, and she's kind of already awake, reading the spell book, studying. And she looks up at you as you enter the room. Are we gonna be leaving this place? You seem sad, dispositioned.
I would say we should just keep moving. We've got plenty of money now to pretty much go anywhere. Where do you want to go?
I don't know. Is there a cool magic place around that can teach me more awesome things? More spells?
I'm sure there is. We can go ask around. I don't.
We
Do I
could
know
be
actually of
adventuring
any good
buddies.
ones?
Adventuring sisters, even.
Yeah.
I know I'm a ways behind you in skill, but I can catch up. I learn fast.
You do.
Yeah, but with milestones, she'll never catch up.
We can
Well,
be adventuring buddies.
If we're gonna leave, I mean, I didn't really care about any of them, but did you want to say goodbye to anyone?
Yeah, I should probably go say to the whole goodbye to the entire party.
There's only one person left.
Yep.
Well,
we
I'll
don't
make
know
sure
that.
everything's, kind of packed up by the time you get back. I'm sure you'll want to sit down and talk and have breakfast for a little while or something.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about. It'll probably be a while. So,
We are a very chatty group.
yeah, I will be right back. And when I get back, we will start our adventure together as the two sisters. That's not going to be our name, by the way. I am counting that because creative fun.
You're the older one.
Okay, well, we'll workshop it.
The sisters of two. All right. Well, see you in a bit.
Double E's.
The orphan.
All right. I'll go find the group.
The almost non-existent group.
No, you won't.
No.
Good luck.
Question is, will she even find sister?
Yeah.
We have fun game of Marco Polo right there.
She's gonna find sister. Sister has to do something.
Okay, I'll find sister. Hi. Where did everybody go?
I don't really know where Zagus went, but if it's anything like Danielle, he's not here. In fact, I'm the only one here, and I need you to do me a really big favor.
I do not want to go into your ring.
That's not what I need you to do. But take your sister and leave as fast as you can.
Give me all of your money. And I will leave with my sister.
That's a fair bargain.
I'll give you some of it.
Half.
I mean, you do have Zagus's money too. You could give her.
She will give you half.
Okay. I'll reach out to shake your skeleton hand.
She is left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Little tentacle like there. Now I need you to go right now.
I will go right now.
Let me know when you're gone.
How?
I'll
How
give
far
you 10
away?
minutes.
How far away do I need to be?
You should run. You should run.
I turn away, I grab Ivy and all her stuff, and we start booking it.
You guys start booking it.
I'm just gonna turn around to the group, though, and give, like, a nod to the non-existent group that's not there, but just the nod back at the city, and then we'll go.
Okay. Sister.
Are you gonna eat the whole city?
Sister's gonna go to the center of town.
Sister goes to the center of town.
And man, I feel so bad for failing this save. Okay, and she's going to cast the first thing she will cast. Oh, is sending.
Okay.
She's gonna say
Sending to who?
her fiance.
Okay.
We all know who at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to say, in about 12 seconds, I'm gonna need a ride home.
You, don't hear a response back, but feel this rush of energy from behind you. What is, you need a ride home for, exactly? Are you done adventuring? I just helped one of your old friends, actually. I'm sure she'd love to tell you all about it.
She's like, oh, well, we don't have to tell her about this. And she's gonna drop Cloud Kill in the center of town.
Done with Leylon, are we?
I hate this town.
Well, let me assist then, darling. And he grabs your hand and amplifies your spell to be cast at 16th level.
Now you're just making shit up.
Epic level characters, man. As the cloud begins to spread out through the town, you see the 1 HP commoners begin dropping like flies. A few of the more sturdy Neverwinter guards last 5 to 6 seconds, a little longer than your average commoner, but not by much. And your ring becomes full to bursting as he kind of takes it off your hand, puts it back on his own. You've done well.
And suddenly you die.
There is but one last thing. We must wait for our children. And he teleports you back into your home in Waterdeep. Leah.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a few hours back of the recent events, you found yourself speaking, you're not sure how, but through sheer willpower of your mind, to the one you knew as Alucard, Sister's fiancé. Expressing your disconcern and hatred towards Rice, your ex-boyfriend, lover, and friend. Explaining your need and want to kill him, but not wanting to deal with the goons that he's been traveling with, Alucard agreed to help you. He arrived, stating that for his help, in return, he would like the soul of Rice under his control, as well as anyone that may be assisting him. Do you agree to said terms?
I will, if you tell me what you're doing it for.
I know you don't fully remember that evening at the house. It's a little foggy, I'm sure you had quite a bit to drink. However, your friend, Sister Leonella, is going to die at childbirth. The twin she carries, one is already undead, the other soon on its way. I wish to use these souls to gain power for my own good. I wish to challenge and find the gods of death and replace them with myself. I'm going to need an army to do that.
And you're sure she's gonna die?
I'm quite positive giving birth to undead as a living humanoid is going to cause her death.
Well, I don't fucking know this.
And if not, he'll just kill her.
She will live on. Just not as herself.
Well, will you be needing help with your army at all? I just started doing an accent. Like, commanding it?
You wish to take a seat of power next to me.
I do. I have nothing else to do.
Do you have anything to lose?
I have one question. Do you know if my parents are alive?
I'm not sure, but have very powerful friends, very powerful magic on my side. I can do some delving to find out.
Okay. Well, you can have his soul, honestly. He's just a piece of shit. So, yeah.
Very well. It is to my understanding in your communication that you wish to kill him yourself. You just
Oh, yeah.
wanted some assistance in taking care of the goons and rendering him useless.
Completely useless. And then let me torture him, please.
Very well. He peels back the skin on his left hand, which you see is starting to turn into a skeleton, and he shaves off a few bone fragments into a vial, puts a drop of his blood in it, shakes it up, and you see a gaseous form begin to take place. Have him breathe this. He will become paralyzed for 10 minutes. He will feel anything and everything done to him.
Great.
Let me know when you're ready and I can bring him here.
Oh, right now.
Very well. He disappears for a second, and a few moments later, comes back, kind of dragging 4 dead bodies in his right arm, and in his left hand he's holding rice out in front of you.
Go ahead and just sit him down real quick.
He kind of shoves him into the chair.
You can hear me, can't you? But you can't say anything, you piece of shit. Yeah, you ruined me. You absolutely ruined me. But I'm about to ruin you. Forever. And just slowly, I'm gonna take my cool dagger. And just like, start carving little inches through his little body. His big body. I kinda wanna like, cut the... We're gonna go ahead and just...
Wanna cut what?
We're gonna go ahead and just cut that off. Slowly. Very slowly. And then at the last cut, I'm going to say, and this is the one that you will feel the most, because it has to do with what made me hate you the most. And I'm gonna slice his throat. And hopefully he fucking dies.
A mere few seconds kind of goes by, and you see the life drain out of his eyes as Alucard sucks the essence of his soul off of the body.
Where was this Leah?
Missing all
She's
of her
quiet.
roles.
She's quiet. She didn't want to deal with it, okay? And then, like, all of a sudden she got tired of running. I was like,
She doesn't even care her bestie's gonna die.
I
Very
do.
well.
That's why I ask now if I can join you.
He reaches out a hand,
I'll take it.
teleports you to the house in Waterdeep. You're there for a few moments before Sister arrives, alongside him as well.
I look different, just so you know.
I feel different.
Yeah, you look a little bit rounder. You look great, though. It's
Are you
not.
telling me I look fat?
It's not a bad look. I think you. Honestly, it's pretty cute. So, you feel okay? Do you need a hug?
Sister just says, I'm gonna die, aren't I?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I deserved it.
Well, what do you want to do before you die?
That's a good question. We could wreak havoc.
Why not? Let's do it.
And with that, The Dragon of Icespire Peak campaign comes to an end.
Man,
Wait.
y'all guys are fucking evil. No,
Wait,
just-
wait, 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 what about all of Rogue's other characters?
Arya's in the ring.
Yeah, Arya's dead. Damien is dead. Azabar's
Rogue.
dead.
Oh.
Azabar's dead. Azabar's in a happy place at least.
Yeah, at least you didn't get to see all the bad shit.
Didn't get
Yeah.
to see Sister go buku crazy, but
I was hoping
was-
you'd at least get to meet the cleric friend before you went, though.
That's all right.
Honestly, it all came down to what Danielle told her before he left. Before he left, I had to roll a disadvantage because she was when Asabar passed. She was like, maybe I should try to be a better person. But then you said, don't ever change. And so she failed. She nat one at disadvantage on the roll. She's like, I hate this town.
Here's the thing, and I had actually talked to Kenzie about this. What was it, last night or the night before? If I would not have died, that ring was coming off this session, come hell or high water.
it came off.
Either one of us, either I was gonna die or chaos was gonna happen, but that ring was gonna come off.
So you planned fully on dying this
I
session.
planned fully on dying this session,
One way or another.
one way or another.
Yes, I guess it's gonna have to kill every single one of you now.
Well, you don't have to kill me.
No, I do.
I'm
Oh,
already
I'm
dead.
already dead.
Well, I have to find your soul.
Wait, did you die, or are you just
Me?
no, Danielle, or are you just
No, I'm
on like,
dead.
some other plane?
No, I'm gone. I failed my patron. He ended me. And so you know, Danielle has been sober for about 3 months now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yay! Thank you, Sam.
Fuck Leylon.
It was supposed to be really nice and flourishing, but nope.
I'm so happy to get rid of it.
I know Rogue probably, but are any of you old enough to remember Fraggle Rock?
No.
So Fraggle Rock was this old puppet type of show put on by the Henson Corporation, and in it they had the Fraggles, which were these little creatures, and living with the Fraggles were these other little teeny tiny things that were constantly building their infrastructure, their little infrastructure. The problem was what they built their infrastructure out of. The Fraggles it was tasty to the Fraggles, so they would grab it and just rip it off and eat it, and so they'd have to rebuild constantly. And to me, like, Leylon was like the ultimate perfect example of like Fraggle Rock.
Got it.
Because it was built up and we destroy it, and it built up again, and then fucking sister destroys it.
Hey, my shrine's fine.
Fraggle Rock was basically the Muppets on acid with a little bit of shrooms mixed in.
Easy.
So if you're a child with a fever of like 101 and you're watching this on like NyQuil and you can't go to sleep,
yeah. It's great.
I would like to think that Azabar is currently on some other realm of existence with all of his children now. Just having a grand old time.
Definitely.
So
I do have one question for Sammy.
Yeah.
When you said sister was gonna be different, like I know she's gonna be dead, but what did you mean by that?
You're in a relationship with a lich.
I'm assuming he's
who
gonna reanimate
summons souls that he has kept from dead beings back into
Gotcha.
living forms. So your body is dead, but your essence would live on.
Oh, I get to stick around with my dead kids? Let's go.
Essentially as a slave mine to Alucard, yeah.
I mean, she was already that.
And
I didn't what?
I mean,
True.
fair enough.
And depending on what all or how far Leah was willing to go with Alucard, she'd essentially rise to be a queen lich alongside his kingdom.
Ooh.
Fake.
Oh, so
That's so fake.
So I
Oh
knew.
my god.
So I knew sister's babies were undead for a while.
I had a feeling
Zagus
that Sammy
did
would
know.
do something that would
I told
had-
Azabar, but that was it.
Yeah. I knew for a while.
I had a feeling that Sammy would find a way to taint that, so it is what it is.
Leah would probably just keep rising, to be honest.
Leah's so fake. Wow.
No, she's not. No.
Zagus' next target.
No.
I love new Leah.
She just doesn't have anything else to do. So can I ask the question then? Are her parents dead or alive?
I guess
You were
they're
always
about
an
to
orphan.
be dead.
They died in Leylon, actually.
Oh no! Oh god, they probably did.
They were there the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
Your mother and father
Griselda
are still alive.
Oh no. Okay.
Not for long.
Goodbye to them.
For now.
Well, so much for becoming a lich myself.
So why did the dragon turn into powder? Was that just to rush the story along?
No.
Completely fucked it.
When a creature uses the ruin stone,
Mhm.
the person whose soul is tied to it, if any, perishes, hence Azabar. And on a d20 roll of 1 to 4, one other member of the party would have been turned to dust. On a 5 to 20, an ally of the stone is
Nice.
turned to dust.
No. Okay.
Thank
No.
goodness.
So Ebendeth is just dead?
Ebendeth is dead.
Unfortunately for Sam, and fortunately for you all, I knew what was happening and took that chance.
Yeah. Ah. That
Oh,
was
man.
fun. Yay.
We
Oh,
did it.
we did.
We did it. Now I get to play a completely different character, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
Same. I'm not gonna frontline. Fuck all y'all. I'm sorry.
I'm
but-
not frontlining either.
No, I have already volunteered to be the front line. I'm excited.
I'm not
I
gonna be.
was
I'm
too to
gonna be
begin
straight
with.
DPS. I'm going sorcerer or sorlog. That's all I know.
Nice.
I am unfortunately out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will
Yeah.
sadly be losing Wes.
I'm thinking I'm your cleric.
Oh, do it. Clerics are so much fun.
Hopefully you're not as corrupt as this one.
No, man.
No. What do you mean?
Never.
I can't. No. She's gonna be the one that I described to you guys earlier. Her weapons, deadly.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Anyway.
But we're potentially gaining a Sorlock.
Oh, we may have two
Two?
sorlogs. Let's.
I'm trying to
go.
talk him out of it, but
Whatever you guys
Listen,
want to play.
This
I'm like,
character is
please-
decided.
I'm like, please don't talk him. Please don't be a Sorlock.
I'm doing it. It's gonna be an Eldrin, and she's gonna change personalities every rest.
Spoiler.
Okay.
I was
Can't wait.
gonna play the class that Sammy and his friend came up with.
Dreadlord.
What was that?
Yeah. The
Dreadlord is
Dreadlord.
available to play if anybody wants to.
Okay, don't threaten me with a good time. I might think about it. You guys might not have a cleric.
It looks like a. I'm
Unless
not gonna
Alex
lie.
is cleric.
It looks like a fun class.
Alright.
I am.
Man.
If we're spoiling the next season, I'm gonna be a turtle barbarian. Since
Nice.
I'm not
everyone
gonna
has
spoil
fun
what
with
I'm
my
gonna be.
turtles.
I'm not
gonna let y'all
either.
have fun with that shit. This character for the next campaign is going to be completely off the other spectrum from what Zagus is. Zagus is my
Thank God.
innocent, my most innocent character I've ever played.
Thank goodness.
It was the innocent one.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh
Yep.
no.
My other characters are chaotic as shit.
Usually.
I mean,
I don't
Zagus
know
was
how
pretty fucking
chaotic
chaotic.
No, the other
Zagus
one's
was very
worse.
calm compared to some of Alex's. But with that being said, it was a lot of fun DMing Dragon of Icespire Peak for you guys. I do look forward to our next game. For those on Twitch, we are not going to be in the Tuesday slot anymore for a live stream. But do look to the Praetors Rejects YouTube, as a lot of things are changing with the channel here after GaryCon this week/weekend. A lot of games are going to be going to uploads on YouTube, but we are still going to be holding a lot of content on the Twitch as well, so just keep an eye out on the notifications. Make sure you join the Discord, which I will pop in chat, for any updates regarding the channel there. Keep an eye out on Twitter. And thanks to everyone that supported Praetors Rejects and also supported the Tuesday night group here with their chatting and viewership through this campaign. It was a lot of fun. We went just over a year, and excited to start the next one. Does anybody got anything else they want to plug in?
Thank you,
We're
Sam.
in danger.
We are in danger.
Yeah,
In danger.
you're in danger. Yeah.
Not me. I'm at peace now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm in danger. No, I'm in danger. Good luck.
Last but not least, shout out to TPK Games for being a sponsor to the Praetors Rejects channel. We really appreciate them. Make sure you go check them out, as well as the Druid's Den, Mama Praetor's website that she sells apothecary goods off of, as well as journals and a few other things. And that being said, we'll see y'all on the flip side here in about a month when we start playing the Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.